that one
It's on
isn't.
mute.
I don't know.
You got everybody muted?
No.
Yeah, it is.
So I apologize. Would you say your name and your request again, just for people watching?
Sure.
Yeah.
Jamie Rice, me and Jessica are here on behalf of the 2026 Project Grad. Just see if there's any funds available for keeping the kids safe after graduation. And then when we do it's a whole night deal. It starts at 9 o'clock, doesn't get over till 3, as long as us parents can stay awake that night. But yeah, we'll have activities throughout the whole evening for the kids. So
I think the one thing too, they said, they monitor the kids, and they said most of the kids participate same way with this event.
Yeah,
Most of the kids participate.
we've got different things going throughout the night that they can get tickets for drawings that try to get them to participate.
Uh-huh.
Well, it's,
So is your request 1,500 like the Bennington?
Sure.
Well, when we talked about it, we just said if all 3 schools ask, 4,500 is something we can do.
Yeah.
So,
Dr. Stevens, is there, now you're talking for USD 239 after graduation.
Yes, sir.
Is there an active prom?
that's what we're talking about here.
No.
There is a chance, I know, I've had somebody ask me,
So is there active prom?
but they have, I don't know if they are making their mind up yet or not. The junior parents are in charge of that, and I had one lady ask me about it, but
I
Yeah,
think,
I haven't, on some of that, I have not heard yet. I know the building principal's been working through a couple of things. They were still putting some final details on dinner. I can find out for you guys and get back to you. My wife's also at that meeting, so she tries to kind of keep me informed, and then that's kind of how we
so,
operate that.
so should we give 750?
well,
And if the others don't ask, give them 1,500?
Well, they're gonna ask now.
Yeah. I think they were gonna anyway,
Yeah,
because they seen the same thing you guys did.
first come, first
So what,
served.
you guys just, whatever you think here, we need to move on.
well, since they asked first, I'm okay with going ahead and giving them 1,500 and understand that we give it for each school the same amount. I don't think we can afford 9,000 out of that
No.
account every
No.
year.
No.
At 4,500, I could see it being replenished enough it would sustain
Mhm.
itself.
How much is in the account? Do you remember off the top of your head? Corey?
23, wasn't it?
How much?
I think 23,000, but we gotta make it last
Yeah.
a while.
Yeah, we carried over 23, we get about 3,000 a year in liquor tax, so that's what's replenished. So we thought if we drew down 4,500 a year, it would sustain itself quite a
Okay.
while.
Yep, that's, so you got that, Tammy?
You guys bring in 1,500.
So-
I'd probably have you guys do a motion if you
Okay,
want.
I'll make a motion then that we give project graduation USD 239, 1,500.
I'll second that.
moved and seconded to give USD 239 project graduation 1,500. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Simple.
Yeah.
Now I'm over
Now
on
Tuscan's, surely Tuscan's gonna come, right?
I thought we already give them some.
Bennington.
Oh,
We
we
gave
did.
Bennington.
Yeah.
I figured Tuscan is
All
the
right,
Early bird gets worm.
yep,
Okay.
okay, so
way to get in there.
Brandon, you got anything?
Just something briefly.
I was wanting to know about what all is considered the health system in the county, like what all falls under that as the health system?
Health Department?
The health department,
Well,
you had said something about checking that. I know I didn't give you very much time. I didn't know if you were gonna check on that. He was just gonna check to see what all qualified under as health system in the county.
And honestly,
Well,
I think Sarah would be better.
well, I talked to Tammy about it, and the thing that you're asking about, I doesn't think qualify. I mean, I think he's asking about the golden wheel.
Oh, are you talking about,
Does it qualify as a health system? It don't, does it?
I would check with an attorney, but my assumption off my head would be no. And it's not a county department if we're also referring to the sales tax. Things like that.
And that was just like if we did the 1% sales tax increase and it goes to all the health systems, I mean, is the people that need that, is that gonna, I mean, are they really gonna get it, or is every part of the health system in the county gonna get like $5? I don't know how many, I don't know how many there
Well, it
there
wasn't going
are.
to the health system, it was going to EMS.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but can it go to that, or does it have to go to the health system in the
We'll just
county?
have to stipulate whatever we're gonna have to go to.
So on the 1% for the health system, I think it has to go to the health system. If you do anything less than that for general, she's looking at me like, and you may know too, the general, if you do the 0.5%, the general, then you guys can kind of say where that went, and say like the golden wheel, they might need that if they're not part of the health system. So maybe you guys consider maybe not doing it for the health system and just doing a general increased sales tax, where you guys can say what happens instead of it just going to
Right.
strictly
We'll
the
have
health
to,
system.
we'll have to
We'll
cross that
double
path,
check it.
Okay.
get there,
Thank
but
you.
that's I do know that the Golden Wheel needs help, and we're gonna do whatever we can to try to help them.
Well, they're
But
coming
we're
back.
waiting to hear back from Flint Hills.
Yeah, that's supposed to be next week, I think. They're
Yeah.
gonna come back in a
Yeah.
couple weeks, so.
Okay, Fair Board. Who's in charge over here?
Should be everybody. City, county, rec, fairs.
Yeah, right.
Fairground meeting, yep.
Yeah, Service Corp, anybody here for the Service Corp?
No.
Rec Commission? Aye.
Yeah.
City of Minneapolis?
Yes.
There he is.
Before we
Okay.
get started on this, I do have a question. I was told, somebody put the idea out there that if we're gonna make an improvement down there in the fairgrounds, that we have to have the consent of the county and the city, USD, everybody has to agree to it, is that right?
Yep.
There's a form
Okay.
to fill out.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
I just needed to reaffirm a rumor.
I think I got, looking, I think I
So,
seen
so
one.
Brian, you're here for the fair board?
Sheldon,
Yeah.
Okay,
president, treasurer.
Well,
President, treasurer.
okay, I was just trying to figure out. And
Go
you're
ahead and go
here for
then.
the
Rec
Rec,
Commission.
and you're here rec, and you're here for the city? Okay. Just trying to get all the dots.
Come on
Well,
out.
that's what I'm trying to get here real quick.
Yeah.
Would you mind, just for my sake, we go around and say who they are and what they're here for, so I can put it all down in a minute?
Oh, okay.
Curtis Stevens, GSD 239.
Ryan Kendall, fair board.
Sheldon Doherty, Fair Board. Jamie Rice, Rec Commission.
Owen Kendall, rec commission. David Sweat, city.
Get them all?
I did, thank you.
Okay.
But I think we're just to go over the.
If you're gonna talk, you'll have to, by law, so I can see you and who's talking, you have to sit there in that seat. I'm sorry to tell you that, but you
It's
have,
gonna be a joint.
well, somebody's gotta sit
Pull
there.
up another chair.
Salt, 3 or 4, better get you.
You guys get up there and,
Go for it, Jamie.
no fist fights, just get up there all three together.
Won't be a fist fight. So I believe we're here to discuss the joint agreement, like we always do every year.
Right.
Has anybody got any changes to it?
I didn't see anything,
No?
I didn't see anything.
I didn't put it in there, I wasn't sure what we were talking about.
Huh?
I didn't put it in there, no, we put in the, profit and loss report in your packet. I didn't put a joint agreement in there.
Well, I remember last year we went over it really detailed,
Mm-hmm.
and unless you have a significant change to what we agreed to last year.
Do you have anything?
We don't have anything, you guys. Take the rec.
Well, we did, like I said, we did pick it pretty
Or-
tight last time, so.
Our concern would be where we at on insurance on the carnival.
Well,
Still checking.
Well, I spoke with, the mayor just briefly, and I'm not saying that we're gonna pay for that or the city's gonna pay for anything, but I talked to him about his thoughts, and he said he'd have to run it by the board, and I don't know, you guys haven't met yet, probably? That was just last week, I think I talked to him, so you haven't met.
We have not met
Yeah, so is that tomorrow?
tomorrow.
Yeah. So, I don't know what they'll think. I feel like we cannot afford to lose the carnival. And, you know, I don't wanna pay it all by any means, but, we'll help and we'll do our part if we can.
Right. So you're looking at county and city possibly helping with,
Sorry to spring that on you.
Well, I mean, I can give kind of an opinion.
Do you want?
I know it's not, I know
Sure,
it's
I'll
not,
get over here.
I know it's not budgeted in, you know, but it's just one of them,
Well, it comes down to, I'm more than willing to be part of this, but I am. I'm in the county, just like everybody else here.
right.
So when you ask me to double dip to pay again, when it's a county fair, and, you know, are you asking Bennington, Delphus, Tuscan, Culver, or, I mean, I just don't want you guys to think Minneapolis is a second checkbook. That's my opinion. But I will
I
bring it up
did never
tomorrow.
know that I thought that.
Well, I know, but, you know, when you wanna share a cost, it's really costing the city more than anybody. Does that make sense?
I think it's an interesting idea to talk to the other cities, you know, since it is county fair, you know, if they can contribute too. They've got as much skin in the game as what you do, because they're paying county taxes within the city, so.
I doubt, I don't know if we probably, what you said first is probably true. I mean,
Is the
it's a
county-
double dip
Yeah,
for,
Well, is it, I'm sorry, is it, City of Minneapolis making a contribution to the carnival right now? I'm trying to connect the dots here.
not that I know of.
Okay, so it's back to
That.
this lease agreement, this agreement? Is the city's responsible part?
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. But when it comes to,
it's the
you know,
next one, it's inside Dwayne.
like trying to come up with money for the insurance,
Above and beyond this?
Yeah.
Is what you're saying?
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah. Well, first off, whoever prepared these financials for the fair board, I love the details, so thank you
Okay.
for whoever prepared that.
Well,
And I think what I,
That's coming up later.
oh, you don't wanna talk about the fair board?
no.
no,
Okay.
we
Let's
got
talk about
budget
this deal
after
first.
that.
So,
What was the insurance cost?
19,000, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's if they were going to go back, Doug's not here today.
If that was 19,000, correct me, because you're on there right, Dwayne?
Right,
That was
yeah.
last year,
Yeah,
but now you need a new
right,
insurance
we
carrier
need a new
because
company,
they,
and I'm working with the company. I called a Salina number, wound up talking to somebody in Norton, somebody in Scott City, and they said, yes, we think we can do this, it's just.
He's
a
got
matter-
pull in Scott City.
Got 0 points.
I did give them a list of events or insurances that's offered throughout the state through K-Camp, our insurance carrier, who specifically do entertainment carnival insurance, and I don't know where that.
Tammy,
I mean,
was
I know
that,
he called some of the places.
was that the Salina numbers?
They were not Salina numbers, they were
Okay.
national.
I need to get with you then, because I've got 2 Salina numbers that I called, and one of them just flat no, couldn't do anything for us. The other one is still working through it, and has some potential.
So this is through K-Camp?
Yeah, well, these are, K-Camp gave me a list of events, so for carnivals, just like this, all the other ones around the states,
Mm.
who they all utilize, and so I gave that list to, excuse me, I think it was Doug Plummer,
Okay,
So whenever we,
a while back.
I
well, we
wanna
need to
get
get,
that list,
we need to, even if I need to get on there and help, we need to get on that because,
yeah,
and I know you got your plate full, I'm not
Yeah.
throwing that at you.
yeah.
I have a question. There's other carnivals. Is there any way, okay, city county property, correct? Is there any way that those entities' liability coverage can cover facilities down there through the year and they just pick up event insurance like we do for the fair?
Well, that's what we're gonna have to ask.
I mean, that,
Well, I think the city does, I don't know, but
Are you talking about the equipment itself?
So what you're asking, if somebody, when the fair's not going on, some kid goes down there and climbs
on
Oh.
building, on the Ferris wheel.
Yeah,
and gets hurt,
so, yeah, there's two levels of insurance. There's the insurance for the rides during the fair, but then there's the year-long liability.
right.
And, I mean, what I see with the county and city where it's joint owned property,
yeah.
that would be
I think would be the share
Be something to
between the city
discuss.
and the county, because where the
Right.
city owns property, you own the property. So I don't remember if it's an undivided property now, or if there's a line somewhere, I don't remember. 'Cause that
Right down the
city
middle of the
limits-
river.
Well, that city limits line moved to the middle of the river,
Right,
Right, but.
but with that liability piece where the city and county both own the ground,
so who has the,
It says all real estate is jointly owned
Yes.
between
So
the
it's
city and the
undivided.
county.
Yes, the city limits moved to the center of the river,
Right.
but it's jointly owned.
Yeah.
that would be where I could see, Dave,
Yeah.
the city liability.
Which I don't know, yeah, I don't know if the city liability does not cover that as of now.
I don't know.
well, maybe we should find out.
I do have K-Camp coming in for an appraisal of our, properties, and that includes any properties on the fairgrounds that we insure. So that's something I can discuss, that's on Thursday, and just ask him about the rides themselves.
Okay.
Cause he's doing a full appraisal of all of our buildings.
What time
for
Thursday?
insurance. It starts at 8.
Okay,
He's going around with Keith.
okay.
But I think the biggest thing, I did discuss the rides with him, because they're not our rides. I don't know what that would look like for us. I think,
That's where I
That's
always
weird.
assumed it
We don't
was,
own 'em.
since the Service Corp owns the rides, that it's always fallen under your insurance.
Yeah.
But then
well,
you've had liability for the year, correct, up until now? And so now,
Might think they could pay it, but they won't have a dime left
Yeah,
mhm,
every year, and that's,
yeah,
mhm.
because they make about that much money.
Yeah.
every
Yeah.
year.
just about 20,
But we need to stay above the water there on that.
yeah.
So you're gonna check and see what
Yep.
the city, so
Yep,
you're,
I'm gonna see
so
where
we'll,
the city's at.
I won't be here for that Thursday, I've got a funeral to go to.
no,
so-
and it wouldn't be for anyone else to go to. It's a meeting that we have. It's just with an appraiser. We're going around a lot of buildings. But
Okay.
I can bring that up and ask him. But if I remember correctly, the liability is on the ground, not on the rides, and that's where the problem is. So we have liability on the ground itself, but not on the equipment.
If somebody
And there's
calls,
rules you'd have to follow, and then who would be in charge of doing that, cause there's discussed fencing, putting around it, signage. There's a lot of moving pieces to that it's
Well,
not our,
if we, I think
Yeah.
Doug did put up some signs, so
yeah, I don't know what that all.
we need to know whether that would cover it. If there's a sign there, I mean, that, if you trespass on my land and I got a sign, I'm covered. So I don't know if that's the same or not.
Yeah, I'll find out when he's here, I'll.
Might be worth
discuss that.
putting up a higher fence if that would save.
Right,
yeah,
something that's easy to, okay.
I'll find out and,
You guys got money over there, did you say? Oh,
I don't know why we wouldn't do something with the community foundation. I mean, it's a county event.
right,
I don't know why we wouldn't apply for at least partial funding from the community foundation.
okay.
There's
Well,
no reason.
I didn't
why.
think. we
I
could
just went to
apply
the
for-
city
for
because
Operational.
it was
expense.
logical to me to
Do
talk
I?
to them.
I didn't think we could apply for operational expense.
I mean, it'd
Maybe
be up to the board, it'd be up to
donation.
the board. I mean, it's a
Okay.
community event, and Dr. Stevens can maybe talk about it, but I mean, you might as well ask, inquire, or at least put an application in so they can
Yeah.
discuss. I
April
mean,
1st is the deadline, I believe, for that, and depending on how you word the grant, if you gave a little bit of context about what it's providing for the entire county, that's the emphasis, as Mr. Kendall indicated, countywide benefits the whole county. Typical operational costs, you're right, they're not covered. But if you also talk about the barrier that it's causing, I don't know. But now that I've spoke to you on that, I'll recuse myself from any vote because I'm on that board. So, having said that, worst case is they're gonna tell you no.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay,
Primary concern right now is to find a carrier. for
Right.
us,
So
we
let's-
can say-
so what, a couple weeks or a week, we touch base with this
For him
again?
to make that application, or for Service Corporation to make that application, they would have to have a definite amount for the insurance, right? Not necessarily?
I would recommend putting in for the whole amount.
Correct.
Uh-huh.
I mean, a partial amount
Mhm.
would be my recommendation.
And then showing
It's
if you
kinda
have
like the
other
hardship
supporters,
part, like the hardship.
that's not beneficial.
Okay,
Who would you like to meet with in a couple of weeks, the Service Corps?
Well, they sure need to be here.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, so Dwayne, you're on that board
Right.
with Doug, right? So
Right.
you could communicate that, and then you guys could get with whoever, maybe Dr. Stevens, since he's gonna recuse himself, he can help.
Yeah,
If you let me know, Dwayne, with a good date, and I'll put you guys on
okay,
the agenda.
If you could let me know too.
Okay.
okay.
So you probably let everyone know.
I guess, yeah, I would say I might as well put it out to,
Yeah.
so basically a follow-up meeting of this
Yeah.
meeting, is that what we're looking to do? Do we wanna set a date then, since the majority will be here?
Well, we're gonna have to do it pretty quick if the deal's April 1st.
We could do the
23rd,
23rd? Cause we do not have a meeting the 30th, so we have the 16th or the 23rd before the 1st.
23rd.
23rd.
And there's two grant cycles, so if you don't have the information you need for this one, you can still also apply in October.
Okay.
And be kind of planning it out, but I would recommend if you can get it in before April, obviously, the fairground have to be doing it.
Okay.
So we said the 23rd.
The 23rd, first thing on the item of the agenda, we can have this meeting again, crew can attend. Is that all right with everybody?
Yeah.
So, just to help me out tomorrow to bring up to the council, like you were saying, I mean, trying to ensure this throughout the year, does anybody have an idea what that portion cost?
I don't think we do.
It's always been together,
It's just
hasn't it?
together,
Your insurance cost was
Yeah.
year long?
everything.
Yeah, year-long covered our rides. If somebody high dives off of the
But
Ferris wheel,
not really, because you have to specify the 10 days that you're gonna operate in that.
but liability is year.
Correct. Liability year round, but
Was it
So
all
we just need
under,
to find out what the liability,
Yeah.
it was all under one
cost
carrier,
is.
Well, my.
Right.
but
I
was
could-
it ever
I could
split
probably
out?
talk to
The
some
10
people
days
into that.
versus the year long, was that ever
Okay.
split out?
The
No.
event insurance was within the general liability policy, so.
Yeah, that's the issue, is it was never split out, and that's what he's discussing. Last time, Doug Plummer was here, he discussed, that's what he was talking about, the insurance, is splitting out between the insurance and liability, equipment insurance.
Yeah.
So
you're
you've
right,
only
that's
paid a
good.
lump sum in the past.
Yeah. It was $19,000 in the past. And it just, there was other extenuating circumstances that it gave up, but, we need to do something, you know, and we'll just have to, I'm anxious to hear from this one, and I also want to talk to Tammy about the other, insurance carriers that might be K-Camp recommended. Maybe we can work.
Not recommended, just a listing.
Okay.
I just wanna be clear, they're not
Okay,
recommended.
Not recommended.
Just a list.
okay,
I'll burn up the phone this afternoon.
all right.
So this fairgrounds land use agreement that we have with all these parties, it doesn't really, it just continues on, right?
Yeah.
We don't sign an annual agreement, it doesn't say it expires or anything, it's just an ongoing agreement,
I
correct?
think technically we're supposed to sign it, yes.
Once a month, once a
Once-
year we sign
once a
it,
year
that
we
it's
sign
gonna
it.
Okay.
You
good
go
for
over
another
it?
year.
On the
But I
very
don't
back
think we're in a
page,
position to do it right now, so, right?
Dave,
Because
can
of
you tell
this.
me who the city
I-
covers your liability insurance?
I don't suppose it.
Cause I was just thinking, we've got USD 239, city, county, we've got 3 people involved down there. If we had one carrier that covered it all, cause I think K-Camp only covers, what, the county, like,
Do you have
The
EMC?
Yes, I think so.
We have the
it's what,
Well,
That's usually what cities have,
I'm-
EMC.
Pretty sure we do.
okay,
it's what,
EMC,
EMC?
yeah.
Davidson's or?
Oh, through
Yeah,
Davidson.
that's where, yeah,
Okay,
we had it
Who
through
doesn't?
somewhere else, but now it's through Line.
okay.
Who doesn't have EMC? Does everyone have EMC?
We
No,
don't, we have
we
K-Camp.
K-Camp.
Okay, there's the,
We'll get to the bottom of this.
okay.
really, Carla, there's nothing changing on the agreement, so we
Yeah,
should
that's-
sign it.
I was just trying to figure out, it
Yeah.
doesn't say it's an annual agreement, it just says the
Let's just-
agreement, and it didn't say it ended.
If you're not changing anything,
Until we have something that we need to change, if it's regarding my insurance.
Well, I don't know that that would be in this agreement anyway.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Well,
mean,
it
it says
said-
community service, the
Well, it
service
says
corp
under
has to,
insurance
yeah, they have
that
to carry
the
the,
Ottawa County Service Corporation
Yeah.
will
Oh,
provide proof
that's
of
true.
current liability insurance, so.
Okay, so shall we hold off till that happens?
It's up to
All
you
right.
guys.
Well,
Yeah.
we'd have to get an updated one for, so
Yeah,
we can wait and see what the insurance
Yeah, if
before we sign
if
it.
changes, yeah.
okay. Yeah, the books are here pretty sharp. Brian, did you do those?
Yeah, that's,
Are we done with them?
no, I have that down.
Are we done with the joint part?
I think.
Fair board budgets after.
So the
After
fair
the
board's
joint.
coming separately,
Well,
is that
we're-
right? I see.
Well, we're here,
Yes, but, is my job done?
yes.
I think the agreement we're on
Yes.
hold for now.
I think the city and the rec is
Wait a minute.
done.
One question I just had, is each government entity then, going through and just approving that agreement? Or do we just have to have like our representative sign it? Is that kind of what you guys are all doing every year, just to sign it, not actually have a vote or anything?
If it hasn't changed,
Yeah.
I just sign it.
Okay, that's what,
Yeah.
I just wanna make sure I'm doing
Yeah.
that, so I get that done, so, that's all I have.
If there's a change that needs to go before the body, then we have, yeah.
We went through it really closely last year,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah,
So we'll get that then when we find out about the insurance.
Yeah,
Okay, all right.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dave.
Thank you.
thank you, sir.
All right.
You ready for me? For the fair board?
Well, wait just a second here. Tammy's,
I was getting
ready.
some contact information, but you can go ahead.
you sure?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, the sheet I just gave you is the ending balance of the fair board accounts.
Well, you can pay the insurance.
Excuse me? It's in there too, event insurance,
Anyway,
so.
Just curious, Brian, how much is your event insurance for the actual fair, you know, for
Let
the,
me dig that out.
I didn't know which amount here to look at or check.
Seems like it's only $400 or $500.
Okay.
yeah, I think that I remember Lyle saying something like that.
And that just covers 5 days of fair
Yeah.
for spectators, if they,
Right,
whatever
Yeah.
might call it,
yeah.
so.
I used to get run over by a horse or a calf just as easy as you could fall off the Ferris wheel. I don't understand how come it's
Or a bleacher.
so much, but anyway,
Yeah.
that's the way it goes.
So anyway, that page of hand is the balances at the end of the year. The other report is done by Farm Management Services in Concordia. They do that free for an ad trade out. So if you need anything else broke out or specified, we can work on it. But a couple things they kind of mold together, but you kind of get the gist of what's going on.
No, I thought it was great detail. I thought it all pulled together perfectly.
Well, you
Yeah.
guys have, and I've said this before, but you guys have done a great job with Fair Deal, everybody. I mean,
Yeah.
It takes a lot of people.
I know, I'm not just saying you do it.
And it's well
You got a
attended.
board and you got a lot of people that help and,
Yeah.
I'm,
It's well attended, that's the important part.
it's
People-
well attended and it's well managed. And sometimes the managed part of it is not a fun thing, but you've had to take care of that stuff and
Yeah.
I appreciate you guys doing it, cause,
Thank you.
I mean, you don't have any kids
Yeah.
there and, you know, but you still care. That's the main thing.
How many people would you guess are at the fair attended? Because I was asked that by an insurance carrier, you know, how many people we have. And we just went on ticket sales and figured maybe 4,000.
Yeah, we figure 1,000, 1,500 Tuesday and Thursday, and then half that to the 2 nights.
Okay, so I
So
suppose,
4,000 or 5,000,
yeah, okay,
depending on the heat.
yeah, 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 or rain,
Right.
okay, thank you.
Quick updates, we had Ronnie trim the trees above the building, that's $3,600. We finished the tin on the west side of the hog, sheep barn, beef barn with used tin, and then we put new tin on the west side of the hog barn, which is, basically $10,000, no wait, so $8,000 there.
Yep.
Yeah. And the RV dump station's been moved and done with the community grant and the community, city, county, and fair did that. We bought the John Deere mower, we bought the arena groomer, and we put up signs for handicap and parking and stuff like that. And we're going to purchase new portable pens for livestock overflow. That's gonna cost us about $10,000. Kind of growing in the sheep and goat
Right.
department. But they can be used for pigs or puppy
Right.
calves or anything. So, we're not gonna have cornhole, and we're not gonna have a draft horse thing this year. So, we're still
I
working.
was sad that got canceled, but, well, it got moved to Salina last year, didn't it?
No,
The draft horse?
no.
They
that's
may
a
have
whole
had them
different-
in Salina, but it didn't get
The
moved
horse show itself ended up having to go to Salina because of the weather.
because of the rain.
Yeah,
Okay, maybe
yeah,
that's
the
why.
muddy arena.
Yeah, okay.
So, I guess the only thing, the other improvements is with the rec, they've rebuilt all of the south softball diamond fencing. They've moved it
I
in.
noticed that.
Yeah, and batting cages and pitching stuff.
The place looks fabulous. I mean,
Yeah, the fields are in great shape. I watched some kids play.
Yeah, so all of our buildings, they got new tin on, or used tin on them in the last 10 years. And, couple topics we need to discuss maybe is Chris said he still needs to chip seal the road. And then you guys said you would do a parking lot on the north side by the dam.
Yeah, I know.
And baseball games start in 30
yesterday,
days. Yeah, practice is going, so. If we're gonna do that, we need to get going. They're gonna blade the dirt off of the north side of the road and then put gravel in that area for more parking.
Oh, on the parking lot, it's gonna, they're making it gravel?
Yeah, it's just grass now and it washes down the hill.
Okay.
So you're
That's
saying
gonna
just
take a
north
fair
of
amount of-
North Diamond.
fair amount of dirt. There's a pile down there, but is that for, keep the water, or can that be used too, or?
Pile down to the north,
Yeah.
That's a city pile.
yeah.
We just want to blade from the asphalt, go down 6 inches, move that down the hill and level it out.
Try to get it, yeah, a little more, I mean, it's still gonna be slow, but get a little more level, get gravel
Right,
put
so,
in there.
yeah, so it's good.
And then put in about 70 feet width times from the dam thing down to the chicken coop.
So
Well, should we
basically,
have
we're gonna need
Chris
some
here?
base in.
Should we have Chris here to,
Well, let's see here. I mean, we'll have to have base.
Yeah, put some base down and cover it up with something, some chat or whatever.
Yeah.
I think we talked about it last year at the joint meeting to try to get, yeah, 'cause school needs parking, rec needs parking, we need parking. They're trying to get that more usable because when it's muddy, we just can't.
Right, and then they go down there and spin out, and
Yeah, that too.
so, is there any, I was a kid once and I did things I shouldn't have done, but I mean, what really irks me is to drive down there and drive by the concession stand and they're spinning out in that newer gravel and rock. Is there any, I mean, I'll give some money for cameras.
Those will be installed soon.
Okay,
This parking lot we're talking is north of
right.
North Road,
But
north
they're-
of the north.
The one he's talking about is
Yeah, but
the rec building parking right now. We
Yeah,
wanna
but what
add
I'm
one.
saying is they're gonna probably spin out in that thing too, so that's what I wondered about.
Mhm.
Towards the river.
Down
Towards
the
the old
dam,
boat
by the
ramp.
dam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That area's gonna be rock.
Not,
For about 70 feet wide,
Oh,
times along the pavement.
Okay, okay,
And that'll help people to come fishing too, they can park there.
good.
So, yeah, the other thing is the RV thing is used by people all over the nation. They just show up. It's on an app somewhere, I don't know. And I've got some long-termers in there and I think we cleared $5,000 on it last year just because it's there.
it's nice back there. I walked back there and saw it last year.
well, that's good. I mean, and that dump is that's a really nice, handy. Let me see if he's close.
I was looking at these financials. Who is
Very close to
OS,
there.
let's see, OTS?
Come on up here for a little bit if you get a minute. I
Yeah.
wanted to talk
That
about
was
that?
it, no? Ottawa County
Fair
Service
board.
Corporation.
Parking and stuff.
Okay, so they make a contribution
Bye.
to you guys?
No, we made a contribution to them.
You
Oh,
make-
there's both ways. We pay for tickets, ride tickets, that we give out to the pig scramble.
I see.
And that was that one. We also made a donation to help with insurance last year.
Okay. I was trying to figure out who that was.
Chris is on his way up there.
Okay.
And so when I look at, I love the details, so it says that, so it looks like that you guys, last year, your operation, we lost 17,000 last year without taking into consideration the 22.5 we gave you. Is that how you viewed it?
The 22.5 is part of, does that, and then anything extra, like we raise from advertising
Come on in.
and donations.
In.
Boy, how's it going?
Okay, well, they've talked to you about the chip seal deal
Mm-hmm.
for their, we were also talking about the parking in the north there.
Mm-hmm.
Do we
There on
have any
that
kind of,
Riverside.
we have any kind of bait, so how far did you want it, 70 feet?
70 feet deep would be 2 cars, they'd be parked from the front, and they could have 20 feet behind to pull in behind the front parking. From the old chicken coop or the tree over to the dam
Right,
path, I guess.
so do we have any kind of base, how about old concrete that's?
We do have some, I know, off the top of my head, we have some 3-inch, but I don't know how much of it we have, if we'd have enough to do something that size. We got everything from that 3/8 up to 1.5 inches, but I'd have to look tonnage wise what we have for base.
I didn't know if we had any of that concrete that was chopped up, left or not, gone.
There's some, but I'm not sure how much.
Right.
I can verify, but. So I know
Well-
we have quite a bit of the bigger stuff that we'd use for like riverbed.
I know you're busy and I hate to throw stuff at you, but kinda need to do that parking lot if we can
Mhm.
pretty quick.
Is that a place we could get some stuff from Quartzsite, since they're close by, you know, it wouldn't be heavy traffic like a county road? Or I assume it
I
wouldn't be.
wouldn't,
I'll see what I got out
Okay.
there first
Okay.
before we go.
Quartzsite would probably be pretty pricey.
Yeah, before we go looking for anything.
Oh, they're close.
I'd go get Dunstan.
Yeah.
So-
Base.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
does Les still
Hmm?
sell, does Les still sell stuff?
Clay.
Maybe that, I don't know, you know what you're doing.
Yep.
Whatever it
I'll
takes to-
double check what I got out there to see before we go trying to hunt down anything else for sure.
Okay.
You know.
The bigger stuff wouldn't hurt
Mhm.
anything for parking, I wouldn't think. I mean, it might not be the easiest to walk on, but
I think it'd be all right. You know, it's not high speed, high travel.
are you clearing your throat at me?
No,
Okay.
Simon's sick.
Just wanna make sure.
That's not you. Excuse me.
All right,
Okay.
and so the chip seal will be happy later when it warms up a little bit.
Mhm. No, plan was to do it last year, and they were stopped oil, and we got what we got because we even weren't able to finish Main Street at Ada all the way. So. But yeah, no, we still have the rock set aside for that.
Okay. All right. Well,
So I think the key is that everybody, school, rec, fair, all work together because it's a community facility
right,
and do the best we can.
yep. And it's been a good deal. So, I think everybody's been working together really fairly well, is what I guess I wanna say.
I would say very well, better,
Yeah.
better than it ever has been, I'd say.
Yeah,
That's great.
Thank you for your help too.
It's great that it's, all these parties are using it, all these entities are using it, and it's so well maintained with so many people using it. That's
well, it's
awesome.
something to be proud of. It didn't used to be that way. I mean,
Oh, okay.
pretty, I don't mean it was really bad, but it was starting to go downhill. The bowl fields weren't the best, and they look top shape to me.
Yeah.
And then all the hog barns and the buildings look good, and looks good.
You guys are doing well.
Thank you.
Somebody win the lottery here.
Thank you,
Wouldn't
Rick.
hurt.
I'll check my tickets.
Is there anything else? Owen? I think you've been wanting to say something the whole time. I just keep looking at you, I'm thinking, he wants to talk.
Not my meeting, no.
He doesn't wanna go to the table.
We can make an open chair.
We're adding some rock to our south parking lot, just continue to expand and just trying to figure out the ditch by the T-ball field. a lot of people just love to go through it. I know we took some parking away when we did officially make that T-ball field, so we're just trying to expand as much as possible, just, you know, for ball games, getting people parking where they need to park, you know, when it's wet, and, you know, the fair,
Sure.
any space, anywhere will be parked in, so just trying to go through some logistics of just making things better, so, but, yeah.
Well, all right.
Good job,
Dr.
thank you
Stevens,
all.
do you have any?
No, we're continuing to try to figure out, kind of the 239's role, what we can do to help. We're also encountering issues with individuals coming on our school grounds, peeling out, kind of driving dangerously, so we're gonna be talking to the city and just asking about enforcement. We're looking at some cameras in additional places for the safety issue. I guess if we got some of that good, rock that, maybe isn't the best to peel out on, that could help us, but,
They wouldn't like that inch and a half or more.
yeah, it probably damaged a couple, so Raglan's might like it, but I don't know about anybody else, but, yeah, we have put up a couple barriers too. If there's some work that we get into when they're doing the little parking lot area kind of there, over by the dam area, that north area, 239, Stony, some tractors, anything that we can use to help, and then if I got an estimate on that cost, you know, it's not what Stevens will approve, it's what a Board of Education has to, but I will take that to them. And I have consistently told them that we benefit from this. We try to work with all entities. I think when we see that happen, good things happen for communities, and it is not easy. And I know that budgets get tight. We're going to be in that same boat. But if we're not getting events in our community, we're not
It's gonna
getting
be worse.
taxes either.
Yeah.
So anything that we can do to help, we'll continue to do that. And I know Owen doesn't want to hear this, but I'll tell him. I've seen what that place looked like before they've done the work out there, and they are unsung heroes. So, but I appreciate all that they're doing, and we'll keep supporting any way we can too. So,
Yeah, it's,
yep,
good.
that's all I got.
Okay, well, thank you guys.
Yeah.
We'll see you
Come
in
back.
a couple of weeks, huh?
Yep.
Come back in a little while.
Yeah.
Or you can stay, I guess.
No.
What I think they do, Dr. Stevens, I think they burn out at the school, and they go straight east and take Sheldon's Road. Cause I mean, I went out there to pay my tax lady, and I come around that corner, man, somebody had a wreck out there, a bad one, and it didn't teach anybody anything, it don't look like.
I think they go down to the fairgrounds and spin out, and then they go to the school parking lot.
Kids paint their parking lot spaces, and they were getting tore up. So I was hearing about it on Friday night from a parent. So we're gonna see what we can do. But my biggest issue on that is the safety.
Right.
People walking their dogs in that area and that kind of thing.
All right, thank you, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming.
You're welcome.
Thanks for the detail.
You're welcome.
I got a 9 o'clock.
All right.
Next, right?
Hour will put you off for a while.
We can't be on time, and we are.
I know, you guys are, I will keep you on time.
Anyway, you're in here two times, I don't know how we could be on time.
Oh,
We're starting
I'm
on
doubling
time.
you up? No, you're starting on time. So for me, you guys should have received in your packet my aid to local grants. These grants will be the ones that start in July 1st of 26, and then they'll run through June 30th of 27. Very standard state grants. And I have a copy if you need to.
Oh, I've got it.
Okay. Very
That-
standard. I didn't do anything different this year. We
That's the
had,
alphabet soup. The IAP, NCH, PHEP.
how about if I start at the top? So that very first one there, IAP, is Immunization Action Plan. And that's done by county population. So that one's easy peasy. It's not much. And basically what we use that for is staff time, thermometers for all the vaccines. That second one is maternal child health. That one we get a little bit more flexibility with. We'll do, for sure, community baby shower, safe sleep. That's something that we've started doing the last couple years. There'll be some trainings in that. We'll have governor's conference coming up. That's always out of that. And that's a nice one. I get a lot of flexibility. That's from pregnant moms, women through age 44, and then boys through 19. So that's a really good grant. That gives us a lot of flexibility.
That's PHEP.
FEP, that is Public Health Emergency Preparedness. So there's that. That's just a lot of 100% required everything with that. And they did move us back. The feds kept a little bit of money last year, gave it back to us at the end of the year. And so we're starting out with our normal amount. So that's kind of nice. State formula is what the state of Kansas, done by population again. I'm one of the small counties. So that's the base amount, that $12,000 that they contribute every year. And I just always throw that in to support my time. And then gosh, Dwayne, it is alphabet too. That last one is Universal Home Visitor. And in prior years, that was under the Maternal Child Health Grant, and they split that out. They kind of moved money around with the early education, and that's part of the piece that's going to roll under Children's Cabinet. So that's a grant on its own. So that's really it. We're going to continue with the grant, same old. Nothing, a few little, programs and things that we're going to try, but for the most part, it's the basic things that a health department does. They give us a little bit of money to support that.
So, I did not, pull up, what is the amount that was for last year, the total for those grants, application from last year? Do you know?
Yeah, they're all the same. So like the,
36,000 is consistent with
it
last year?
is, it was like 1,000 off.
Yeah, so
So I think we were at 35 something last year, and we're at 36 this year.
okay,
And part of that's just because that Universal Home Visitor got pulled out, so I could slide a little bit more money into that for staff time for reporting on that grant. So yeah, we're pretty much right on.
okay, so about the same.
Yeah.
So they haven't withheld anything?
No,
As far as you can tell?
and our concern was the first grant, that immunization action plan, and then the public health emergency preparedness. Those were the two that were immediately looked at last year. And funding was either withheld and then given back. And that IAP was a little bit lower last year. They took us back to maybe 2019, and then they moved us back up to where we were in 2024. So they've kind of given everything back that they pulled away.
And so is that about what you budgeted as well?
Yeah, I mean, this is it's pretty standard that we kind of hit around there. We will have another grant, which is our chronic disease risk reduction, and we'll get some funding from that, but we do that regionally. So lucky for me, I don't do any of the grant reporting on that. So I love that grant.
How
So-
come you don't? Who does it?
We do it, so it's Mitchell County Medical Foundation, and we do it regionally. I think there's 8 of us counties that kind of throw in together. It's a hard grant. I could never do it on my own. I would waste all of our money on,
Preparation?
on reporting. So no, it's a great grant. So we'll have a little bit of funding. It's usually about 5,000 is about our share. But again, we'll know that end of June, we'll get the awards then. So yeah, we're
Okay,
kind of keeping
so-
on keeping on.
So for 2026,
Mhm.
you don't see anything that's been taken away from
No.
health departments
No.
from the state level or granting?
Mm-mm. And actually, that public health emergency preparedness, they had, it was probably about $3,000 that they kept back. And I was being very pessimistic about it. Well, we're gonna hold it back, and then we'll give it to you later. And I thought for sure they aren't giving us that money back. Oh, they did at the end of the year.
Uh-huh.
So yep.
Okay,
So, just a quick question, do you,
Yeah.
watch legislation on how
Oh
it
my
affects
goodness,
the health
so,
department? I know
yeah.
it's kinda crazy because no bill,
Yeah.
or have you seen a bill pass that's gonna impact you at all?
There are a number, so I know you guys have, and I don't know if you watch them on Fridays,
The
KAC.
recap?
Well,
We have a
well,
recap
I
on
just,
Friday.
I just listen, I mean, to that Friday when you
okay.
have the guys. And then we have our association, so Kansas Association of Local Health Departments. So we have Randy Bowman, and he sits in on all of that. So Randy will give us a little synopsis that says, okay, here's what you guys need to know.
Mhm.
So yeah, he does, and there's plenty of opportunity for health departments if we feel that we want to weigh in with our legislators. Randy's very good about, letting us know.
Have you ever gone to talk for a bill?
No, I have
Before a committee?
not.
I was just curious.
I have not.
Yeah,
I have not.
okay. So,
Okay.
But you don't see anything that's gonna affect your funding for even going into 2027?
No, funding wise, no.
That's
I mean,
good.
there's some policies that they're kind of looking at that could, make things a little different, and especially with maybe some of the bigger health departments. But funding wise, no. I think
Okay.
you guys should feel pretty good about that.
You should get right, you get to walk into 2027 budgets, good.
Yeah, no, that, it is good. I don't like surprises. So no, this has been, we kind of went through all those surprises last year with the federal government changes. So I think we've settled in. I feel good with that.
So you want a motion, so I'll make a motion to approve the grant application
Very good.
for the Kansas Department of Health and Environment for the grant as submitted by by Sarah Hodges.
I will second that.
moved and seconded to approve the grant applications for the health department from the Kansas Department of Health and Environment.
Okay.
Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, then I just need Scott. And you and I will sign that. Tammy, do you want me to leave that with you then?
I just need a copy of it,
Oh, good deal.
just anything they assign.
Now, I'll go ahead, if it's okay, I'll take it with me, because I'll have to scan it in and
Yeah,
upload
yeah,
it.
perfect. Then you can just send that scan to me as well.
Thank you. Thank you, God. Thank you.
That's money in, Scott, you wanna sign
That is,
I know.
that is money in. That is my name on the next piece.
Oh, sorry.
No, Tammy.
Well, you're over already, so go on.
Wait.
So this is referring to, just you know, some kind of excited kind of spring this on Sarah. We had talked, but you guys had discussed possibly paying mileage for boards last meeting. It was decided you would make a decision until you spoke with Sarah about whether those boards had the bylaws, whether it was part of the bylaws. So the two she talked about was the silver-haired legislators, the Flint Hills Area Agency on Aging, and the health board. What's the one you're on,
Well,
Sarah?
I serve for you guys on the Central Kansas Mental Health Center
There
board.
you go. So
But
those three she discussed, the three people, her and, Mr., I'm gonna say his last name.
Daryl?
Daryl.
Breckford? Yeah.
That they, all of them were offered mileage and they did all choose not to take that last year. So-
Yeah, so, Council on Aging, and there is nothing in the bylaws. So that's just something that's been, I don't know what the right term is. Historically, we've paid that. And I have a crazy spreadsheet that is like, if we have the meeting at your center, you don't get mileage, even if you don't live in that community. That's how I figure it. I give Tammy a list, and it's just got my crazy spreadsheet with everything broke down. So we've always done that. Now, the silver-haired legislator, we started that paying mileage, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago, maybe. And I think it's because we hadn't had one for so long. And then we had Joan, no, it's not Joan Dugan, darn it, a Dugan from Niles. It was Joan Dugan. Joan stepped in and was our,
Joan Sullivan?
no, Joan
Joan
Dugan.
Dugan.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she was amazing. And then when she left, Daryl came, and we just had that discussion because he's so involved, and we appreciate his work. and commissioners let us do mileage for that. And then 18 counties, man, they meet in 18 counties. And is it Lynn County that has Emporia?
I don't have a problem paying him.
So that's the farthest. So with that, I mean,
if you're paying him mileage, I don't have a problem.
he did actually, and he returned it. I mean, he didn't ask for it. So, and that's amazing for Daryl that he can do that. But in my mind, I kind of wonder, the next person that takes that place, would they be able to?
I guess we'll see when that happens, but.
Cross that bridge when we have to.
Yeah.
So what do you do? Do you pay else? What else do you pay?
Just those two. Just the 18 county board, mileage to those three. My senior centers, and then Daryl or our representative to the silver haired. So yeah, I have 3 that we pay.
With 3 that you offer to pay.
Offer to pay, yep. Yeah, and we've had some of my senior centers that have said, no, keep it and use it for something else.
Okay.
And so it's really been, I don't know. And I love my people. They're fabulous to work with, so.
So this is how it kind of played out, is that, I think it started when Truett asked to have the planning
Yeah.
planning and zoning board be reimbursed for mileage. And then, I felt like we need to be consistent across the county. If we're gonna play one board, we need to pay all boards. So
Yeah.
Tammy presented a list of all
Yeah.
the boards from last week. And,
Yeah.
so the consensus was, go ahead, guys.
I kinda think it ought to be up to the department head or the chair of the board, whether they pay mileage or not. If they can afford it, pay it out of there. If it's a hardship on the members to attend, if they've got a meeting in Topeka or Timbuktu to go to, maybe they should consider that. But
Oh, I
consider,
thought that was a change from what we talked about last week. I thought
I wasn't in favor of it.
I thought you said in the
Well, it's
spirit of
just, I was
volunteerism.
just getting ready to ask him, how many boards are you on? 100? Do you get paid to be on any of them?
Do I get paid
mileage, yeah.
mileage? The NCRPC one
Well, that's,
says I can be reimbursed, but,
I just didn't think we ought to get started with the county. But if you've been doing it for so long, I don't know what to do,
I don't
because
Right.
think it's a personally, I don't think that it is financial hardship on those that choose to serve. They volunteer to serve, knowing they're gonna have a meeting once a month, once every 2 weeks, whatever it might be. And I think it just kinda kills their, I don't know, it's something they're giving back to the community, out of their own pocket maybe. So, do we need a commissioner resolution or a commissioner guideline, or just let them take care of it on their own, within their organization?
Well, I just think if you're gonna say, Sarah can decide for the Agency on Aging, you need to let Truett decide on his planning and zoning board. I'm just saying you need to make it equitable.
Well, and I will say, and Tammy, forgotten about this
I
part.
guess we do that.
We had talked a little bit, like with my Department of Aging, that's part of their expectations, because you guys give them money. I mean, so the county gives each of those senior centers, a stipend each year, or, support each year. Appropriation each year, and so part of that is, you need to have representation on that board. So
See how
we
they're
are,
utilizing it.
yeah, so we are asking them to do something. I mean, you need to have, I guess it's like everything else. I mean, I guess it's like Regional Planning Commission, they tell you, you have to, did they tell you, you must have someone on this board?
Not necessarily, but you
No.
should.
So, I mean, that's
Unless you want
just
to be
a,
left completely behind and out.
absolutely. So that's just a
Well-
little nugget there, but it's not like I don't think they won't
We,
come, if that helps.
What'd you say?
I don't think that they would stop coming. You know what I mean? So I don't think this is a barrier that, I'm not gonna participate anymore. I think it could help with a hardship, because all of mine are seniors. So, but thank you for asking my thoughts on that. I appreciate it.
How's your foot? Carla's hurt, she's wounded.
I'm wounded, I smashed my toe. I went to the emergency room at the,
Oh, Carla.
Crushed her big toe
I crushed my big, beautiful ER, wonderful
with
facility.
a $40,000 piece of art she dropped on it.
No,
Well, you told me it was expensive.
I said it was, but it was 50 pounds. That's
Oh.
the
Oh, there you go,
There
there
we
you go.
go. I'm sorry.
The
That still
50
sounds bad.
pounds is
Better reiterate that.
what hurt the toe, the 50
Okay,
pounds.
well,
Oh, my goodness.
Are we
Well,
any
thank
closer
you.
to making a decision on this?
I don't, well, I
I'm
don't,
trying to figure out what you
yeah.
guys wanna do.
Yeah.
I don't. It's gonna be pretty hard for me to tell, her no, because she's already been doing it. And, I don't know.
Can I go back for a minute about the planning and zoning board? I mean, they do have to know what the Unified Land Development Code says. And, they do have to be represented throughout the county, so they do have to drive in. And it's required, it's a Kansas statute required board. So,
That might not, I mean, that might be,
Yeah,
so I guess I see it that if we're gonna reimburse a board, the planning and zoning board should be included in that.
right.
And of course, they can always have the option not to take it as well,
Right.
but I think we need to offer, since it's, because of the nature of that.
And they do, I mean, they take quite a little bit of heat sometimes too, so.
yeah.
They have to
Not
make some
that
hard, they have to make some hard
Yeah,
decisions,
and not,
yeah.
not that it makes that little bit of money make it better, but anyway. Well, I think that's
Well, I think since Truett asked for it, should we make him come back and ask again, or should we just say that we will continue to allow Sarah to reimburse on her, agency on aging board and allow Truett to reimburse on the planning and zoning board,
yeah.
Allow him to offer,
offer that reimbursement for mileage?
is that a motion?
I'll make that motion.
I will second that. Got that, Tammy?
Let's go ahead and repeat that.
Okay.
There wasn't, we were in a
So,
motion.
to reimburse mileage for the board members attending the Ottawa County Agency on Aging Board meetings, as well as the planning and zoning board meetings for Ottawa County.
To offer, yeah,
Like-
to offer
Yeah.
mileage.
Moved and seconded to, offer to pay mileage, for the aging board and also the zoning board. Is there any discussion?
My weird little question is, are you including
You're
the?
not included in this
Oh.
discussion,
Okay,
honestly.
I'll hold my question.
Go ahead.
Oh, my only question was, is that intent to include the 18 county board and the silver-haired board?
Well,
So for me, it's just a clarification once you're done. Sorry.
Is the 18 county board, is that the one that Darryl Rickenberg?
Yeah, we have two representatives on that board that Julie you spoke with last week. They're her bosses. So
Yeah,
So is this 18 county board, and what's the other one, I'm sorry?
it's the silver-haired legislature position.
And, do you know if that's in the bylaws that their mileage should be reimbursed?
No,
Okay.
it
So
won't
you're
be.
saying, so you're making.
I mean, I'm assuming it's not. I don't know. I'm
You're
I'm not
making-
on that board, but.
You're making the recommendation that you believe they should be reimbursed?
I don't know.
I think, because what our intent was, if a department head requested it, that's what our theory
Mhm.
right now.
Yeah.
Our policy is gonna be based on, is
Right.
so you as the department head, are you requesting that?
I think I am, because that 18 county board's hard to fill.
What is the 18 county board
Flint
called?
Hills, Area Agency on Aging Board.
North Central, isn't that?
North Central.
NCFH?
Yep, you're exactly right.
North Central Flint Hills?
Yeah.
Okay, so, I'll make a separate motion for that.
Okay.
We'll go with the first motion.
Okay, yep, so ready for a vote if you're done with discussion.
Sorry.
all those in favor?
Aye. And, I'll move to approve reimbursement for mileage for the North Central NCFH AAA Board,
And just clarify, it's actually NCK, North Central Kansas.
North Central Flint Hills Agency on Aging Association Board. Isn't that right?
Yeah, I
AAA.
think it does have a
It's
K.
Kansas, it's
Yeah.
North Central Kansas.
North Central
Flint Hills.
Kansas
Yeah.
Flint Hills?
Yes.
There's too many of them.
I know,
Right.
it's a long one.
As well as
Second.
the as well as.
Do you-
Silver
As
And
well
you're
as
good
the
with that? Okay.
silver-haired
Yep.
legislator representative.
Yeah, the county representative.
You got all that, Tammy, all seconded,
I did,
okay?
and you got the second?
Okay. Well, thank
Moved
you.
and seconded to, approve, mileage for the silver-haired legislature and also the 18 county board.
North
Is that-
Central, North Central.
NCKFHAAA.
There you go.
Yeah, you got it.
Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.
I don't see your name anywhere else.
No,
so you're
I'm
good.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Okay.
All right. Sorry you guys got off 9 o'clock. I knew she'd take more time than she was supposed to.
That's okay. We normally do too. I feel like so.
Oh, you do?
Seem to.
When is the new arrival?
In just about 4 weeks. So.
Oh, congratulations.
Coming very fast.
Do we know what it is?
Boy.
Oh my lord, another Austin boy.
I know. We're so excited. It's the only
Thank you
boy
so
on
much.
both sides of the family. Caleb only has nieces, and so do I. So.
Wow, that's exciting.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Well, I wanted to share with you our 2026 goals. We haven't been here since the board finalized what those were going to be for this year. So I've got those on here, and then the part you see in red is kind of my notes that I've made about some of the information about where we're at so far for the year already. But I'm going to be skipping over a couple of them. So if you have questions on any that I skipped, just feel free to ask. But for interest of time, we're not going to cover all of them. So starting with the financial section at the top there. So we have decided that we would open an account with the Ottawa County Community Foundation. And I'm sure you're familiar with what they do, but they have accounts that we as a nonprofit can open. And they had $7,000 in matching funds available for nonprofits that open an account. So we decided that that would be a good route for us to do to receive that $7,000. And then that also allows people to donate to us through the community foundation. So that'll be a great opportunity. So if they want to donate to the community foundation, they can designate it to our organization.
So I was unable to go on Friday night.
Yeah.
I was sick. So on Friday night, was all money going to the community foundation, or can you
Yes.
earmark it to specific things back Friday night? And is this something new for you guys?
So you always can earmark it, but the event for Friday was just for the community foundation as a whole.
Okay.
And they receive matching money from Dangy Hansen and the Patterson Foundation, and I believe it's a 4-time match, right, Dwayne? Yeah. So every dollar you donated turned into $4.
And Dwayne told me that we can make that contribution till the end of the month.
Yes.
And so do we do this online?
You can, or you can get with Megan Nessen. She's their director, and she can help you too.
Okay. So just to let other people know if they watch
yeah,
the video that
yeah,
they can
exactly.
still contribute. Yeah. So.
And
Would it be
Megan,
appropriate to give a phone number on a recorded open meeting?
I don't know, but
I don't know
We have
either.
the foundation's phone number.
yes.
Yeah.
Megan's also planning on doing another matching day for the nonprofits that have an account with the community foundation.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure when that would be, but because we now have an account, we would be eligible to receive the matching funds from that too.
So even now, if I would go to that, would I be able to earmark it for your organization or not?
Yeah, you
Yes.
could. Yes, you could. And I'm really excited about that because the whole goal with the community foundation is to have long-term financial planning, so it'll help our organization to last forever. You know, we want to make sure that we don't ever stop. So.
Katie,
So is the seven?
I'm confused though about I thought last Friday night was only for the impact fund.
It was.
Okay, but then
Yeah.
the match month is for any fund or
No. That's for the impact fund.
all impact.
I'm saying that Megan is going to have an additional time, another time this year,
Okay, got
that
it.
would be for the nonprofits.
So the 4-to-1 match is only for the impact fund?
Right,
Yes.
you can't designate.
Oh,
just more
okay.
than one.
Yes, that's correct.
I thought that might be
Oh yeah.
she was misunderstanding.
Yep. So the impact fund is
Yeah,
where you get
but
the 4
that
times.
ensures the solidity of the community foundation going forward. And
And we receive a lot of grants from that fund,
Right.
so,
Grant ability.
mhm. Yeah. So any other questions
Okay,
on that one?
clarifies, okay.
Okay, and then skipping down a couple, so we have a goal of applying for $1 million in grants. Last year we were awarded, it was just under 900,000, so our goal was to apply for 1 million, see what happens. We may not get them all, but we are so excited. I'm sure you've seen, but we did receive the housing grants that we applied for last year. So we're already at 560,000 for the year so far that's been awarded. And those grants are going to be the ones that help us build 4 houses in the new division here in Minneapolis. So,
I just met someone from Clay Center who bought one of the houses,
oh really?
yeah, just recently, and they said that they built out 7 homes, I think, and they said 6 of those people have purchased them, so that was
Yeah.
encouraging.
I'm sure it's the same person that's building
She
the
said,
houses.
well, she said
yeah,
they're doing it in Minneapolis, and I said, yeah.
Yeah.
they are.
yeah. We've already had some people
So
reaching
explain
out.
that to me again, how that,
So these houses, we have an individual who lives in Clay Center. He's built these houses before, and he's building them here. And what it allows him to do is to sell these houses for a cheaper price and to help him cover the gap so that moderate income families can purchase the homes. So his goal, the houses will sell for about 240,000-ish, but they're going to cost a lot more than that to build. So he gets, the grant funding helps him with that gap, if that makes sense.
okay.
It also gives the home buyer $30,000 for down payment assistance, which is really exciting.
Mhm.
Well, so have people already inquired about these homes, since you
Yeah.
were, yeah?
They have, and they
Because you're
have
building
to.
4, is that right?
Yes. They have to meet the income requirements for our area, but they're very lenient. I want to say it's over $100,000 for household income for our area that they can purchase
So they
these
have
homes.
basements?
They don't. They're going to be on a slab.
Slab, okay.
Yep. Yeah. So any other questions on that?
So do you know about how big they are?
I want to say they're, what are they, 22? No?
I think they're about 1,400 square feet.
1,400.
1,400 living areas?
3 bed, 2 bath. And then there's a safe room, of course, since there is a basement.
Yeah.
Right. Well,
For
good.
storm shelter.
Good.
That's exciting. We're at it. I mean, are they gonna be at the same area or are they gonna be?
Yes. So they're on the, what is that?
It'll be
West
the
side?
West side of the new division, basically. There's
Mhm.
4 lots right there back. in
Behind my
back.
brother?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, there's a row of
Mr. Happy.
houses. Yeah.
There's 2 under construction out there now. They are not part of that.
No.
They're other individuals.
Yes, those are in addition to, and those ones, we also were able to help them get about $77,000 to build those houses too. So,
Dang.
yeah, we're making some good progress.
Well, you are.
Yeah, we're really
That's
thrilled.
through the Innovation Center, Carla.
Mm-hmm.
That we were talking about?
Yep.
Well, that's awesome. So
Yeah.
most of all these availability is really, people find out about it through their bankers when they start looking for house loans, or how do people find out about these? Word of mouth? I mean,
Word of mouth.
Yeah.
newspaper.
I mean,
Yes.
the MIH, the moderate income housing, the 4 houses up there has been a program that the state of Kansas has actually used for the last 5 or 10 years. That was the last round, actually, that will be awarded officially. And my thought was we needed to get an application in, and we did, and we actually were awarded. So,
Yeah, that's wonderful.
yeah.
Yeah. The Innovation Center, we put things on our Facebook page and the newspaper, and then of course when people go and talk to their lender, Owen knows about the program, so he can share it too.
Yeah, I'm surprised
Well,
these
good.
4 homes haven't already been spoken for.
Yeah, they will be soon, I'm sure. Yeah. And then we also have some other applications in progress. The building owner has asked that I don't share it publicly, but we are working on helping a building owner make some repairs. And when we're done with all of those grants, we will have applied for $600,000. So that will be another large chunk. So hopefully we'll see some of those awards come through. And then the foundation, the Ottawa County Community Foundation grant cycle is also open right now. So if there's anyone that's not a nonprofit, we can help work as the pass-through to submit those grants. And we're planning on submitting one, and we already have one other individual. So if you hear of anybody that needs help with that. Okay, and then skipping down under marketing and tourism, I wanted to talk about the Rock City sign. This is another goal that we had for this year. We want to update that sign as you're leaving Rock City, where you can either turn right or left and come into town or go back on the highway. And we'd like to update that to be current because it's currently the commerce one, the Minneapolis Chamber of Commerce. So we are going to update that to be our information so that people can get onto our website and have updated relevant information. And that's the grant that we're working on with the Community Foundation to hopefully help fund the creation of that sign. And if we are awarded, we're planning on using AVI to produce the sign, which is really cool.
That's cool.
You could put
Yeah.
at the bottom of the sign, turn right at your own risk.
Yeah, we could.
Don't go left,
Yeah.
come into town.
Yeah, and I was talking with Dwayne another time. We were saying it might be interesting to put a trail cam there to see how many people really do turn left, to kind of see if we could count those
Hook
cars.
that up to your phone, Dwayne.
I've got the camera.
I
Yeah.
know, but that'll be ding, ding,
Yeah.
ding.
Would
Do
be
we-
interesting.
Farmers.
Yeah, do
come
we
by.
own the sign?
Um,
So I could actually do that?
yes, the current sign, I don't know.
Yeah, so the current sign sits on King Crossan's property.
Okay.
However, we've done research, basically any time that you update a sign in any way whatsoever, you have to get an approval from the state of Kansas. So we are attempting to work through that process, so that'll make things a little harder on our end because all the artwork has to be approved by them.
Right.
We wanted to increase the size from a 4x8 to an 8x8, so yet again, have to get that approved. So, with anything, it's a longer than normal process, but of course Kent is fine with us doing really whatever we want with that sign.
Check and see if you let me put a trail camera out there.
Well, he has cameras out there, so I'm sure.
Okay,
I'm sure
we
that would
did
be fine.
staggering numbers at Rock City, 5,600 and some odd vehicles. What is the average per vehicle that you would figure? 2.5 people per vehicle?
Yeah.
That's 14,000 people at Rock City. How many do a left turn to come into Minneapolis?
Right, I'd be curious.
It just staggers my mind,
Mm-hmm.
so
Yeah.
I'd be glad to put it out there.
Yeah, I think that would be great.
You can say no
Can't
right
wait to find
turn.
out where you put it.
You can say no right turn, one-way road.
Yeah.
Yeah, just close the road.
Don't think the state would approve that.
Okay, and then jumping down to the last bullet point under marketing, we have this really fun idea where we would love to have an app created that awards people points for attending events across the county. So the idea would be if you attend a school event, maybe you get 5 points, or if you go and buy a coffee at the farm, you get 10. So no matter what you're doing across the county, you're earning points, and then we would have a winner every month. And it's just kind of a fun way to get people to be more engaged in what's going on around in the community. We don't have the app yet. I'm just putting that on your radar as a fun idea that we've thought of doing. So, yeah.
I see you put in the newspaper that people that get those gift cards, do a lot
Yeah.
of people come and drop
We've-
off receipts?
We've had a lot of engagement in Minneapolis, not as much in the smaller communities. So I actually just went around. We had them in the 5 banks across the county, and I just added more boxes in some of the businesses themselves. So if someone's at Westside, they can
I was
just
gonna say
drop it
Westside
right then.
Would be a.
Yeah, yeah. So I just did that a couple weeks ago. I'm hoping that when I go to pick them up, that we'll have more in the other communities. But Minneapolis has had a huge response. Yes.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Shop
it's
local,
really
it
good.
just encourages it all the time, so.
Yeah. And then under quality of life, we'd like to host a keynote speaker at some point, and we're considering working with Engaged Kansas. And if we do use that program, it's with Farm Bureau. And it would actually bring in somebody to help, I guess, give like a lesson or an informational speech about leadership. So they train people how to be leaders in city councils, county commissions, the school board. They are trying to get people in the community to be trained to become leaders in the community. And we thought that would be really great because it feels as though a lot of the same people are doing a lot of the roles in the county, and it would be great to be able to have other people have interest in learning how to become a leader. So,
We had that in Marshall County, leaders in
Oh.
Marshall County.
and was
and
it a good
got lot
turnout?
of young people involved.
Yeah, and that's what we're thinking. It'd be great because maybe they're just intimidated. They don't know what to expect to be on a board, and then that could help them feel like, oh yeah, I can do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, and then let's see. On the back there, under jobs, we are still doing the Make My Move. I just wanted to bring that back to your attention. We can recruit 3 households through that grant, and if you know anybody that's moving from out of the state, let me know. We can help get them connected with Make My Move. So
I
that
guess
is really
Dr.
cool.
Stevens is well aware of that in the
Yes.
schools, and same way with Pam Irwin. Both of
Mm-hmm.
them.
Yep, and the employers, for the most part, they should be as well. So yeah, they just have to. The requirements are that they have to be out of the state of Kansas, moving in, and they have to work either in Ottawa County or have a remote job. So, if you know of anybody. And then I also, under additional projects, I just wanted to mention that we have been doing a little bit of research about sales taxes for our county. So Don
Very good.
Wolf,
We're talking about sales
Were
tax
you?
today.
were you
So
okay?
share
Great.
us what you share
Well,
with us what you know.
Not a lot. I was just going to mention that Don Wolf had texted Owen and me, and she mentioned that we are like the worst in the state for sales taxes. We're very low.
For the 1% we charge, it's a low amount we receive.
Yeah. Yep. And so we were thinking about sharing information with the public about not only, of course, shopping local first is the best thing to do, but then we're not sure if people are aware that when they shop online, we collect those sales taxes too. So we were thinking of ways that we could help share that information, that it's actually more beneficial if you ordered something online than going to Salina and buying it.
It is.
Mhm.
And so now when I see all those UPS trucks and Amazon trucks,
You're
I'm
cheering.
grateful. I'm
Yes.
like, those are sales tax dollars to our county. Those are
Yeah.
sales tax dollars to our county.
Yep. It's better than going to Walmart or Target. So yeah.
To be honest, I have shopped more online because of that, knowing that
Me
we
too.
get sales tax dollars here.
Right. If you can't buy it here, then I go to online next.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you have any ideas of how to get that information out, let me know. But we're planning on doing something. I'm sure we'll put something in the paper and on Facebook. And then I also just wanted to mention, I've been in contact with the Northwest Kansas Today magazine. I'm sure you all received that in your mail. And I gave them the idea of highlighting Minneapolis as a potential article idea for our housing initiatives, because we have those 2 that we talked about earlier today. And then we also have, of course, Brady Neston, who's been building duplexes and triplexes. We have other individuals who are rehabbing houses, using the NCRPC programs. We just have a lot of housing things going on. And they said that once we start construction on our houses here in town, that they'll come out and do an feature article on us.
I think that's a great idea. I read
Yeah.
that every time it comes out to see what's going on in other communities. So
Mhm.
I love that idea.
Yeah, we want to be in it.
Exactly.
It's our turn, so yeah.
Yeah, so good job.
Thank you. So those were just the main things I wanted to hit on today. I didn't know if you saw any other ones you wanted to ask about, but
What's the Delphus deal?
which one? Oh, that's the housing assessment tool. So that is required for a lot of the grants to receive housing in a community. Minneapolis has one that we did last year, we updated, and none of the other smaller communities have a hat. So we're going to slowly work on trying to get them one. So Delphus would be the next priority, because AVI would like to have some places for people to stay. Yes, we just haven't started that one yet.
I don't know.
Do you have any ideas?
Got a lot of irons in the fire.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you have any ideas for reviving the Red Post tours? Because I was talking to my son about what we could do to create tourism with what we've got locally, the sites that we see. People from Salina, Wichita, a big community, big metro community, would come to appreciate the view from a Pike Trail marker or whatever we might have here. And he said, why don't you get together? And I think they used to, like this Red Post tour, to gather at 8 o'clock on a morning somewhere and then travel to the Minneapolis Museum, to Rock City, to the main Pike Trail marker, and just stop somewhere for lunch, this type of thing, just generate some tourism within the county. And I'm assuming that's the angle that you're looking at?
Yeah, that's exactly right. Alan Weedle and Katrina Nichols are on our board, and they have the former map that they used to use and all of the information about it. So they're hoping to receive a grant, probably through the Community Foundation, to put some posts out there and make it a little more modern with a QR code too.
Oh,
Yeah, and then have the maps available for people again.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so that's kind of the plan for that one. Yeah.
Okay.
Anything else?
Good job.
I think you're
Thank
doing
you.
a wonderful job.
Thanks.
Did you figure out a way to clone her?
I wish.
Next month.
You're gonna have to wait a while for that.
Let's see.
Put him to work.
Yeah.
Thank thank you
funny.
very much.
You're very welcome.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thanks for all
Presenting all that.
you do, Owen, for your, I mean, you have a full-time job and then you have this full-time job and then another several. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You
Katie,
too, Katie.
yep.
You're welcome.
Katie does a lot, so she's
Yeah.
figured out what she's comfortable with, and if she's not comfortable, message to me, and we'll figure it out, or the board if we need to, you know,
Right.
if we need to get more people involved, but,
Yeah.
yep, Katie does a great job.
Well, thank you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks for
Appreciate
coming.
it.
Of course, sorry about your
Appreciate the
foot.
update.
Good luck with your birth. Yeah.
Thanks. I'm really nervous. Caleb's excited.
Caleb's excited, yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't have to do anything.
When will you be back here?
Um,
A monthly, a quarterly update, wasn't it?
probably June.
Okay.
Mhm.
June.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll
Thank
see
you so
you.
much.
The baby's welcome as long as it doesn't bawl.
I don't know.
Thank you.
Chris?
You're gonna get her to commit to that?
Yeah, that's right.
Morning, guys.
Morning again.
Yeah. I got an update on the bridge outside of town here. So it's pretty well all done. They're just waiting on the seed guys to come in. It says they're about a week out still. Get it all seeded, so. Other than that, I mean, but it's been open now for a while, but. So, and other than that, I need a executive session on an employee for 5 minutes.
Okay,
To include who?
Me, Joe, Tammy, you guys.
Just 5 minutes. Every
Yeah.
time we do 5
Executive.
minutes. Are you sure you?
5 minutes.
Are you sure you want 5 minutes?
Yep.
Okay. Move to go into executive session for non-elected personnel, to discuss non-elected personnel for 5 minutes, beginning at 9:30, ending at 9:35, to return to the commission room to include Chris Smith, Joe Mullen, and Tammy Cox.
I will second that motion.
Moved and seconded to go into executive session for non-elected personnel for 5 minutes with the commissioners, to Road and Bridge, and Tammy. Is there any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Shut your mics off. Made?
Okay.
No decision made?
Decision made.
And the only other thing I got is we'd like to go to 10-hour days starting at the end of the month and run through the end of October. That is road and bridge only. I don't want to do it with the weed department again. It was that trial and error last year was a little bit of a headache.
So, I had a lot of, I mean, I don't have a problem starting when you want, but the ending, I had a lot of people yipping about it, like, so, I don't know what the,
You know, Scott, Chris told me about you yipping about it, but they need to really see this whole picture. We work 8-hour days, 5 days a week. We actually get more done on our 4 10-hour days than we got 8
Understand
hours
that.
for actually working.
I understand that, but what the
And the
main
weather-
concern was the weather,
And the
and
weather,
then,
if it rains all week, we ain't gonna come in on the weekend.
but it always seemed like something needed to be done on Friday, you know, and everybody is a professional. You know,
I-
they all know my
100%
job, your job better than anybody.
Is there something?
But, so I don't know if,
Chris, did you
I mean,
say
the
something?
end of October, I just thought was a little long, but I don't know if there's a pay period in the middle.
No, we'd usually just go
Oh, it's
pay
a month,
period to
yeah.
pay period on that.
Well, I know I had some people tell me that if you go to 410s, that if you have a rainy day, you lose that day of work, and then it's sun shining on Friday, and nobody's working. I'm just communicating what people are saying.
Sure, and I
Right.
mean, the thing is, you're never gonna plan for it. I mean, and we do the best by watching the weather the way we can, you know, and try to accommodate rock hauling, you know, on rain days and not using our good days for it. I mean, it's like saying it rains on Friday, we're gonna come in Sunday, you know. I mean, you look at it either way. I mean, it's the same outcome, you know, like
This
Scott
is-
said, you know.
It's just like the bridge we just took out on Oxbow.
Yeah.
They were calling for rain
They were
Monday
calling-
and Tuesday, and Chris and I.
We just shot it
we-
and went
We
for
took
it.
the chance. We said, just go do it.
Yeah, you won.
We won.
And we won this
Well,
one.
I
And we're
wonder-
gonna credit this one as a win and just go on. but-
How much trouble would it be to cut it a month short for a year and see how it worked?
Through September.
Go to the end of September.
Yeah.
I'd be willing to try that. You think so, buddy?
I mean, they get all the good holidays, you know, covered.
Go to the end of September. I'll have to find a date for sure on what that looks like on the calendar, but
Somewhere around the 24th is when we end the pay
But you
period.
guys don't have people saying that to you?
The end, it's nothing about when we start. It's always in September, you know, like in October when,
It gets light so late in the morning. You can't be out in the grader in the dark in October, I don't think.
See, when do we go back to daylight savings? When do we switch it back? Is
that's
it
in
November?
I know it affected-
sometime.
Cause that's usually how, that's how
When
it's
is
been
it?
since I've been here. When we go, since time change now, we're light in the morning.
Right.
Yeah.
And then when it starts
Well,
getting
maybe we'll
darker in the morning,
change.
that's when we usually go back to our 8-hour days, cause just like you said,
The
we don't want motor graders out, we don't want trucks out, we don't want nothing out in the dark.
Maybe we just need to know when
when
time
does the
changes
time
back,
change
and then
again?
maybe from whenever to that date, you know, stop it, go back to 8-hour day, 5 days a week.
November 1st.
Oh,
See,
Well, I'd like
I like September, I think,
1st of October, I mean, that,
or yeah, 1st of October.
I think we
I'd like to try it one time, and if it's wrong, I'll take the blame, they're begging.
I think we can do that. I'll look at a date, you know, on that to kind of see, you know, where that falls on a. We try to keep it as close to the pay period
Okay.
as we can on a Monday. So
Sounds good. Through September.
So I did go look at that road, that Oxbow, the bridge that was taken out. There's been a lot of work done on Oxbow.
That's what you're talking about.
yeah, I'm assuming.
There's
right off the 4 lane?
There's 3 major tubes put in on Oxbow. And you
Whose,
guys,
whose,
3.
area is that?
There's just,
that's yours, Scott.
there's just two,
There's
two
just
big
two
ones.
There's, I counted 3 on Oxbow, 2
What-
besides the one you just did. You did the double tube.
Where are you at on Oxbow?
Well, I'm at Tibbetts, was where you just put the new one in, the double.
Yeah.
And then I headed west to go to, 81, I'm sorry, to 120th. And there were 2 other new tubes put in there.
Mhm.
But they were all, so on Oxbow, they had 3 new tubes and ditches graded. And it looked like it was done probably in the last 2 or 3 months.
The one on 120th is probably, it was last year, end of last year.
Yeah. But then, and I know that, so I went and saw all this work that's been done in Blaine Township. And then I also realized that Quartz, you did all that work, although that was an emergency because of that truck, but all the work that you've done on Quartz. And then I saw that you also did all that work where Scott wanted that base put in for that person who didn't want, but they didn't put it in.
What are we getting at?
Well, I guess my point is that I see all this work being done.
I can bring you up a bunch of dailies where we've been in your town or your district for the last 3 months.
Who's got rifle 160th?
I mean, we go all over.
Well,
is that your
that
town?
is a
Is that hers,
significant
Scott?
improvement on Oxbow.
Yeah, as an
All along
emergency,
there.
we had to.
I know, but all along there, that's I guess, you know, when you don't give us an update on where you're working.
I have.
Oh, Jesus.
And I hear.
I have gave that update.
On 3, you put 3 tubes in Oxbow?
Yes, when we were on there, I gave that update. And the one with the bridge that got the big tubes, and then where we were cutting trees, I gave the updates.
So I guess it's just that I see a lot of work done in Blaine Township. And
Well, if I wanted something done, really, really wanted it done, and I wanted to start pushing, it sure as hell wouldn't be in Blaine. It'd be in Sheridan, where I live.
well, Blaine's.
So it's not anything that they're,
Did you know about the stringers being broke on that bridge?
no,
Not until we told you, right?
right.
So, yeah, when I went across Oxbow, and then
You done?
going
Yep.
back to that 120th, all the work done on Quartz, that's all in Blaine Township too.
Chris,
I guess I just wanna make sure, you know, I know that there's 6 townships that have requested work done. That it's been, and I know you're gonna tell me it's been years since Oxbow was done, but I know that there's ones that have waited for years.
Carla, every township in the whole county is requested work to be done. Not just yours, not just Scott's, not just one.
Joe's been working in Logan Township.
What have you done in Logan?
Ditches,
Yeah.
Did you replace those tubes?
not yet.
The
Ditches.
one on 200?
Well, the one on 200 got, yeah.
Yeah, 200th is a major project here, Carla.
Is that
ripping
what you're
bridge out-
working on?
We ripped that bridge out, we gotta buy new tubes, we gotta buy, there's a whole lot, Carla.
I understand that, and Joe, I understand it, but I saw it done on Oxbow, that's all I'm saying.
I know, but I've told
Is
you
the
where
one on
we've been. I
200?
gave you the updates that you've asked for.
Well, I don't have on, Chris, I have very little what you do from week to week to know what you guys are doing, so when I drove up to Oxbow.
So I've just been coming up here wasting my time telling you what we've been doing week to week,
Well, you'll tell me, Chris, that you're cutting trees,
and I've told you the locations
only
as
when
well.
I ask. I said,
And
where?
then you told me we didn't do it, and I had to go send you pictures.
Well, you still, I thought you were on 200th, and you were on Ottawa County Road. You were
And
way down
Aspen
there.
at 220th.
Mhm.
Yeah, we cut trees over there for 2 weeks straight.
But I
Go out
guess,
to our
I
missile base
guess,
and look at the chip pile.
I guess when I sit there and when I drove Blaine and saw all that work done, I don't know if I've seen a comparable.
Well, I didn't ask them to do it. It was happened because it needed to be done right then. That's the bottom line. I mean, they
It
had to
didn't
do
even
that bridge.
come from
The
anybody
stairs
in
were
the
broke.
township. It was an individual that happened to notice it and called. It wasn't from Scott, it wasn't from a township board member.
Matter of
it
fact,
was
I
an
haven't
individual.
told him or asked him to do
Actually,
anything.
Chris, wasn't it the car that the board hit the car. They drove across the bridge and the board hit their car. That's kinda.
You talking about the one at Tibbetts on Oxbow?
At Oxbow.
I didn't see the before project, I only saw the after project, but I guess when I drove the rest of that Oxbow, I'm just saying, I know that you've spent a lot of time up in those townships. And I
Well,
wonder-
that, for God's sakes, dear Lord, help me.
Chris, could I give you something else to think about? I
Yeah.
had a constituent talk to me about cleaning out the ditches and stuff, and wondered if we could contract that out to somebody partially within the county. You know, there are dirt moving companies that would do that. Is that even a good idea? Is it economically feasible? Do you need to
I
put some
mean,
numbers
just
together?
off the
Think
top of
about
my
it.
head, the only thing I could think of that would be a problem is verifying that there is one calls being done. And if there is an underground utility hit, who's responsible at that point, you know?
Yeah,
But,
yeah. And I don't know what it would cost to get a man, a truck, or 2 men, truck, and excavator, you know, for a 2-week period, let them work at it somewhere where it's needed.
That I have.
Not in my
don't know.
townships.
Not yours?
Oh,
Oh. Tell us the rest of the story.
I don't wanna be accused of them doing my stuff.
Oh. Okay.
All right.
that's all I got for
Let's-
you
Yeah.
guys.
Yep, thank
Food
you.
for thought.
Alright, thanks guys.
Well,
You
I
bet.
just
Thank you,
think it's
Chris.
important that I can be able to tell people exactly what you're working on, that's why I
I've
work
been
with
telling you exactly what we've been working on.
Chris. You don't give me a list of what you've been working on.
You asked me to come up here.
I know, but you don't come every week.
I have.
He shouldn't have to
every
give an
week.
itemized list. He comes and tells us, I'm sorry that you don't understand the process of the way things go with roads. You go where the hell it needs to be done the worst at that time. And that's why they aren't able to stand anywhere very long, because something happens somewhere else.
Scott, it has nothing to do with, I don't understand, it's just.
Oh, I don't
see-
think you do.
Well, Scott, that's your opinion,
You darn right it is, and I think I've got a good one about it.
but all I know is about the ones that have been requested in my district that aren't done.
God,
But they
you
have
know,
emergency-
before Chris started, I requested a job done up there. It's been 6 years ago, and it ain't been done. And you think I'm on his ass about it? No.
If it's a traffic hazard or weak bridge or something, you know, that would have to have priority, and I don't
Yep.
understand much about it either.
You know, the thing is.
Let's
though,
move on.
You guys,
We'll see ya.
act-
Thanks,
you guys
guys.
act like that's unreasonable, but when you meet with all the other commissioners, the road and bridge come in and give weekly reports. What I am requesting is not unreasonable.
Okay, where's Jeff at?
He's just getting out of the
Can we
courtroom.
take
He
a
just-
break, 5-minute break?
Yeah.
Just wanna call a break? Okay.
5-minute break. No decision made.
It wasn't an executive session, it was so funny.
Yeah.
So Jeff,
But this one's not mine.
next on the agenda is about the sales tax, but Jeff said he was currently in court and he'll be there. He just said he'd be here in a bit. That was about, I don't know, 7 minutes ago, but I could do that resolution really fast if you'd like to go
Alright.
over it.
That would be good.
So, the resolution, I did change the spelling of the name, but I do resolution 2606, Central Kansas Library appointment. We have, let me pull it up here. Catherine Page, thank you, and I did spell her name correctly on the one you'll be signing. Catherine Page has agreed to be on the Central Kansas Library Board, which is fantastic. We've not had a representative in over 4 years. So I'm very excited for her to be a part of it. She's agreed, so I'm requesting that you guys approve resolution 2606.
I'll move to approve resolution 2606 to appoint Catherine Page as our representative for the Regional Library System Board for Central Kansas Library System.
I will second that motion.
It's moved and seconded to approve Catherine Page as the member of the Regional Library Board System. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Let it be short and sweet. And thank you, Scott, for giving me the date.
That's not what I got from her.
I know, she just.
She asked me, what am I getting into? And I said, what? And I didn't really know.
It was tough, and, you know, it's quite the commitment, and,
Okay.
I mean, not, you know, I think it'll be great things, so I'm excited, to do that.
Do you need a non-elected person,
Yes,
executive session?
yes.
Do you wanna do that now, or do you wanna do, Doug, are you here for,
Well, these guys were around. Basically, I've got 9 o'clock on my calendar for being here, and I got here about 9:05. But I understand y'all had a meeting at about 8.
So do you wanna-
10:05?
Pardon me?
You're at 9:05?
No,
Yeah.
he got the time mixed up for the
Oh.
first meeting, it was supposed to be 8, not 9.
Okay.
so do you wanna,
No, I
Talk?
got really nothing to
oh,
bring to you at this point in time. I'm just, y'all caught my interest when you started talking about sales tax, so I thought,
oh, you
Well-
wanted to hear that, okay.
That'll be next, yeah.
all right.
So what's next?
We could probably, if you guys want to, so I'll just talk about it. So I talked to Scott about what the consent agenda looks like, in other counties, and so I thought maybe we would try that. Scott and I talked about it last week. So the point of having the consent agenda is just doing one motion. It usually includes like your, yearly contracts. Some of them get really long in other counties. Just, so you, just the standard things, minutes, accounts payable, like we have the warrant check write-off on this one, that kind of thing. So, if you guys wanna do it that way, if you guys still wanna bring it up, that's up to you, but we could do some of those things if you'd like.
Well,
Let's go through with the checks.
You wanna do the warrant check, okay.
the accounts payable,
Not on
the
warrant checks.
warrants. So, have you done this before, Scott?
Yeah.
So, there's 2 people on there that I knew. Do you contact people you know and say it's on there?
No, I mean, we have.
Sarah,
And, I mean, we have because, I mean, it's just, they haven't, I don't know how many times I've told one person on here, twice at least. And,
so do we,
Yeah.
so in case this,
You guys do not contact them, this is the treasurer's function. These are invoices that are paid, so this is not something we pay on for somebody, this isn't like giving them a wage, this isn't something that gets turned into the treasurer's office for the state for unclaimed property. This is different, this would be a bill that these businesses, even if it's an individual, has sent us. And statutorily, they, you know, if they haven't cashed a check in 2 years, then we can just write off the check.
Right.
It is the responsibility of the person. We would
And it could have been reissued
Right.
oh,
in a
that could've
different,
been?
And
yes.
yeah, it's possible they could have been reissued, but these are the uncashed checks that were paid off through invoices. So this would be different than like a payroll check that we'd have to turn into the state. These are, you have to think of like a business, even if they're individuals, it's a invoice type. We would see like an
It was
accounts
something-
payable.
Accounts payable.
There we go, accounts payable.
So these are all things that, we've written them a check, and they they haven't cashed it, so we're writing them off, right?
Right, so we
Okay.
don't have this hanging out in our account.
So
Okay.
I'm okay with, you want me to make it that motion to
Yeah.
approve? I'll move to approve the warrant right checkoff as requested for $15,480.86 as presented by the county treasurer.
I would second that.
Moved and seconded to, write off the prior checks from the 2020 to 2023 of $15,480.86. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
And Jeff is here.
Jeff is here.
I'm here.
Your time is valuable. Do you wanna sit at the chair?
If that's where you wanna put me, sure.
If she can't pay attention, I don't have to. I'm not babysitting her. Does Sarah wanna be in here?
Yes. I do know that.
What,
Not
did you wanna
necessarily.
be here for the sales tax?
I can listen. I don't know anything. I mean, this is a bit new to me, but I can listen.
That's why we have Jeff here.
Oh, yeah, I got all the answers, let me tell you.
All right, enlighten us.
What do you, I guess, what are you wanting to know? Are you,
Well, so we've talked before about a countywide sales tax, either a 1% or a 5%, whether it would be a special use or a general. And, I guess since we do have a large appropriation for the hospital and a large appropriation for EMS, I thought it made more sense to do a 1% special use tax for one or either of those entities. And, I guess we were trying to figure out what the time frame, is there any way we can get it on the November ballot? We can.
yeah,
So,
I mean, yeah, we've got plenty of time.
well, so the key that I have always been told is that the sales tax is more fair than property tax. And obviously, if we got another, we increased our countywide sales tax, it would offset, we would reduce our countywide property taxes, not dollar for dollar, but approximately the same, because we've been using sales tax dollars for an appropriation that we currently use property taxes for. So there'd be benefit from our property tax owner, but the big question is whether a sales tax is a more fair tax than a property tax. And I guess because and that theory, I think, was always built on the concept that you have more people feeding into the sales tax bucket. However, we don't have a lot of retail, and, but we do have, like, where they're delivered, all those add to our retail. But anyway, just in general, do you think that's true?
Well, you're asking policy questions, and I'm not gonna answer those for you. I'm not, I
Okay.
mean, that's a decision for you guys to make. I mean, whether or not you think a sales tax is more fair than a property tax.
Okay.
I mean, all I can say is legally, you could do a sales tax, you know.
We
Well,
could do a 1%.
And I can't tell, I mean, I don't know what the numbers are. I mean, I don't know how much you guys make in revenue off of sales taxes versus property taxes. I don't know. And whether it be fair or not, again, that's your guys' call on that. I don't know.
Statutorily, do we aim it at EMS, aim it at the hospital, aim
So,
it at
okay.
XYZ fund within the county?
So under that, okay, so now we're talking to where I can talk. All right, so, under KSA 12-187 subsection B5, the Board of County Commissioners of any county can or may submit the question of imposing a retailer sales tax at the rate of 0.25, 0.5, 0.75, or 1%, and pledging the revenue received therefrom for the purposes of financing the provision of healthcare services and as enumerated in the question to the electors at an election called and held thereon. So basically, yes, you could do a sales tax. It could be quarter, half, 3/4, or 1%, on top of what's already there, you know, in addition to. So it'd be a special sales tax. And it would go to, as used in this paragraph, healthcare services shall include but not limited to the following: local health departments, city or county hospitals, city or county nursing homes, preventive health care services, including immunizations, prenatal care, and the prenatal care and the postponement of or entry into nursing homes by home care services, mental health services, indigent health care, and then more importantly, I think we were talking about emergency medical services. So yes, you can do that, and specifically for healthcare services as defined in the statute, yes, you could cover EMS and the health department and appropriate out however you want to do that.
So, can it be unending, or is it for a period of 10 years?
It cannot be any longer than 10 years on a special sales tax.
So it's 10 years limit,
Correct,
and so it'd go back on the ballot after 10 years?
correct.
Okay. So is it called a sunset clause when it goes
Yes.
on forever?
Yes,
So that, no sunset clause?
yes.
I like the idea of EMS. Sarah may hate me for this, but she's been very prolific in writing grants and sustaining her departments, you know, in that manner, you know. And EMS is something that is, I don't know how to describe it.
Lacking money.
Well, yeah, okay, that works,
Funds.
yeah. But that's where I'd like to see it go. If we do it 1%, or up to a 1% for EMS purposes, that would be where I would land.
I can tell you, I mean, by statute, under 12-189, the countywide retailer sales tax fixed in this amount shall not exceed 1%. So you can't go above 1%, so you couldn't do like, I think you said earlier, like maybe like 5 or something like that. You can't, it can only be up to 1.
So we currently have a 1% for the countywide general, and so, is the limit 2% for county?
Total.
Total?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know about total, I'll just say is, you could do the special, you could do this on top of what you already got,
Right.
up to 1%.
Okay,
Yeah,
Jeff,
So-
but you don't know what the limit is per county for a sales tax?
No, I mean, I didn't look into
in
that
other
part
words,
of it. I
next
mean,
year, could we come back and say, okay, the hospital needs help, or Sarah needs help, and pass another 0.5%?
No, it's only.
1%
I'm-
this year.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, 1% this year, 0.5% or whatever next
No,
year.
you can't layer those. It's a maximum of 1% for special use, right?
Correct.
For the
Okay.
county, yeah. So we could, that's our maximum.
We'd
Well, I
still
mean,
have.
okay, let me put it this way, I don't know overall, I mean, you could do a special 1% just for like EMS health services, if you wanna do probably another sales tax on top of it for funding of whatever, you probably could, you know
Oh,
what I
I
mean?
don't know. I think there's a
But-
limit on countywide. I think
And there
it's-
could be, I don't know, but that part I don't know, I was just told kinda look at the EMS and,
Yeah.
so those statutes, that's why I pulled
For
up
some
and
reason, I think it's
researched
either
it.
2 or 2.25. I'm not positive.
Well, as long as by law,
Do you know based on?
we can do
scenario?
this, and we can do it before and get it on the ballot, then I guess that's all we needed to really know, if we
Yeah.
can do it.
So,
At Saline County, I was just wondering if you knew what what their taxes they have since you work there, sorry.
yeah, no, that's fine. So a good example would be there are parts of Salina that are like 11.5%. So, they have like star bond districts, and they have, different types of districts that can add that along with sales tax, that kind of thing. But again, like Jeff said, they may not be, or like you said, you know, your different types of tax. So, you know, and those, again, you go to one store in the 11.5% district and you pay 9%, go into the, you know, chain store somewhere else. So there's different types of taxes I think you can stack, for lack of a better word, like Commissioner Morris said. But the laws on that, I would obviously refer to Jeff and how to go about doing that.
Yeah, you can check that, Jeff, but I'm sure that 1% is the limit for a special use tax. Because when we were doing it in Marshall County, it was a big decision whether or not we wanted to give it all to the hospital or not. You know, that was a big point of conversation. And,
Yeah, I mean, I have to see what the max is overall, I mean, I don't know what your current
so that one
sales
is
tax is
saying
here
when you have a
currently.
question on the ballot, it doesn't say over, they're right there on that statute, it's a limit of 1% total forever, like a maximum.
Yeah, this is to talk about, what I pulled up was just the add-on, for
Yeah.
specifically for healthcare services, that's what I looked at.
Well, if I could be wrong, but I think that it was like a 2.25 max for the county, but will you check that out and see if there is a max for sales tax?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
like the
and-
idea of EMS because they don't have another revenue stream. They have limited grants for equipment and so forth, but as far as the wages and so forth, we're becoming, like Scott said, we're running low on money for that. But the hospital has patient influence or patient income, hospital income, they have other sources. I don't wanna lose the hospital, but I think if EMS is in jeopardy,
Well,
we need to address that.
in my understanding, I think you can't divvy it out. I was gonna bring to your attention to, I don't know if you guys have seen it or looked at it, McPherson County has a resolution they passed in regards to basically I think what you guys are looking to do. I brought it here, you wanna make copies, you can, I can give it to whoever. But
Is that this
basically,
ballot language?
yeah, so they did a half, percent county retailer sales tax. And then out of that, they had it to where, 49% was paid to McPherson City, 18 to Lynchburg, 15% to Mound Ridge, 10% to Rural Fire District Number 1 ambulance, and 8% to Rural Fire District Number 2 ambulance.
Wow, they split all that out in the ballot language?
Yep, so,
Wow.
yeah, if you wanna, I can make copies, or you guys make copies of it, or whoever.
In other words, then, could we do it for medical services, pass the sales tax for medical services within Ottawa County and disperse it at the discretion of the commissioners for the EMS hospital?
You gotta,
I think.
you have to have a specific purpose
Yeah.
listed, so
Yeah.
it would have to be broken out like that,
Otherwise,
but,
it becomes a general use one.
right, yeah, so.
Do you
I
guys
didn't
want me to
know
make a
that
copy? You want a copy?
I didn't know that it had to be dedicated strictly, we'd saddle it with EMS and then Sarah starts running short if we say only EMS.
That's
we're
what,
done.
that's it.
Yeah.
That's why, it's like with them, I mean, that's why I like their resolution, because it broke out language talking about not only just services, but like infrastructure and like, things like that. So, I mean, it kind of encompasses everything,
But
but
they
it was broken down to saying like McPherson City is gonna get 49, 10% goes to, RFD number 1, whatever,
Yeah.
so.
They predetermined those amounts.
Right, so I mean, that's something that would have to be looked at by you guys and, whoever else to figure out what percentage you want to go where, but,
Well, I don't think we can start doing that.
no, but, I think that would be,
I think we need to,
that'd be my suggestion though.
May I also suggest, this is a big deal, and so we really need to probably have either some town hall meetings, really get the community involved and ask public, putting something on a ballot,
Yeah.
without any sort of public involvement, I don't think it's ever really turned
It's
out.
not a good PR move.
Well, I definitely think this needs designed out to include community and community opinion. I don't know what step 1 is, even to start the sales
Oh,
tax.
yeah,
Can I keep this or you
oh,
want some?
yeah,
Off the
keep
top
that,
of
I can
my
print out
head.
that one.
all right, so,
So I don't know.
when's the election?
Well, the November election is going to be, let me get you the exact date here. It is gonna be on November 3rd. I have to have, my first set of ballots go out 45 days before an election. So prior to that, I need time to get the ballots ready. So I know we wanna get this on the November ballot, but if we get it on the ballot and it's just going to fail because we haven't gotten.
I understand that, that's why I'm asking when it has to be told. So,
I don't have I'm not gonna give you a statutory date off the top of my head, cause I don't know. I just know I can
so
tell you.
we need to have a couple meetings
I mean, it's gotta
here
have to be,
in May and June,
yeah, then it needs to be published,
yeah.
and then,
Yeah, I don't know what
And
what
then-
is step 1 legally? What is
step
it?
1 is we gotta get the ballot language approved, which is fine, it was a resolution, we typed up just kinda like
We would work,
use
and I would
that.
want to work with you on that.
Right,
ballot
right,
language.
right.
I,
And
I don't write it, but I need
Right,
to
so once,
approve it.
once the ballot language is there and it's approved by the county commission, and approved by myself as county attorney, that it's appropriate, then it just gets published.
It doesn't have to go through the state.
What's that?
It doesn't have to go through the state.
Not, yeah.
I
I know, I understand. When I was reading it, no, we don't have to. I mean, because this is different than the transient sales tax, I guess, but.
So let's shoot for
April one.
April, no, April 6th,
Are you talking about?
to have everything done and talk about it again in a meeting.
Okay.
But we'll have
What do
to-
you mean everything done?
The wording of how you want to write it, I think. Isn't that right?
Well, I think the first step is, I think you're gonna have to figure out who you want and how much you want to be appropriated to who.
Yeah.
One thing, EMS.
I mean, that's what you guys are gonna
Yeah.
discuss, and decide. I mean, and then, once you guys figure out where, how, or what you wanna do with that, and then, I guess then let me know, so we can put it in the, draft the resolution. But, I mean, if you
I
wanna
think that's what we want to do.
just 100% all to just fund,
To EMS.
And then we need to have some meetings.
okay,
We need-
So, just a suggestion, that might be something where that community involvement comes in, where people might say, you feel this, but I feel, maybe we can just hear what everybody says. I'm not disagreeing.
No, that's fine.
I just,
So you don't want to do the work and have the resolution ready beforehand. You want to just have the meetings first?
Yeah.
well, you might wanna listen to what the community wants, and if, one, do they want it? Two, is that where they want it to go to?
So are we gonna, well, no.
You know what I mean, like, I think there's some,
Well, what if they say we don't
research.
want Carl to have the damn money?
Well, then that's up to y'all.
Then
I
who do they
just-
want?
Okay, can I say something? I think the easiest thing to do, if I would say, whatever is most likely to be passed, if we're truly looking at a way to offset property taxes, then we would want one that we know that people would be in agreement for us paying.
Okay.
So if the hospital is more likely than EMS, no slam to EMS, but if the hospital is more likely than EMS, then I would say we should aim for EMS to reduce our property taxes.
I think hospital's doing fine,
Yeah.
from what I hear. Well, let's shoot for EMS. So we need to have a couple meetings then, ahead of making a resolution.
Yeah. Get
I
public
mean, that's up
input.
to you guys. I would suggest, the first, a lot of times in ballot initiatives
Okay.
and sales tax increases, you have education to the community, you speak with everybody. That's gonna take some involvement, that's gonna take some organizing, that's gonna take some just time to put together. And I don't know who you want to do that or how you wanna go about doing that. But I just wanna suggest, when we're talking about ballot initiatives and sales tax, cause there's a lot of working costs that goes in, and I just am seeing we're jumping, we've talked about it, but going about it the right way, that involves the community that's gonna be voting on it.
Well, we just need to know a couple dates where schedule works for you and Jeff, and
To do what?
Should we
have a meeting
Have an evening meeting, you think?
down in the courthouse basement.
Yeah, in the basement of the courthouse.
How are we gonna advertise it?
Well, just like we always do.
Do whatever we gotta do to advertise it. and make-
Paper,
Yeah,
web, trust me, it'll get out.
yeah.
We can put it out on our Facebook pages and UMass and maybe even the city, I don't know. I'm not in charge of that one, but we can do social media.
I just wanna be honest with my time, so we do have budget season coming up, and I do have elections coming up. I'm willing to help and do, but but the timeline you guys are giving, it's not, I don't know that I can fit within that timeline of April 6th, having something ready to go. I just wanna be honest with the timeline, this is.
When I said
usually
April
some
6th, I
people-
thought that's when we were doing the resolution.
Yeah.
May or June is what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Anytime, so you need to check your calendar, see when it's best for you or not best for you. Because I think the commission can do it at any time, or roughly any time.
I'll be honest, I just think this is something that takes, a lot of times when communities do this, they take the time to really plan it out. And I'm telling you, with budget season and elections, it will be a struggle if I'm spearheading this. I just wanna be honest and upfront, because if we wanna get it on the November ballot, I wanna be successful in that. And so,
Then what is your opinion?
I'm not sure what it looks like, that's what I'm saying, I can look at it, but I wanna be upfront about everything we have coming up already, and not have the expectation will be on November's ballot all the way. I just wanna be honest with that, and so we
Okay,
have a clear
well, it
picture.
doesn't have to be on November's ballot, I guess.
We can try for it, that I'll look, and so you guys want a community meeting, is that what you're asking for?
Right, and I
A
think in
community
March,
meeting
for the
date?
community meeting.
March?
You want it in March?
Yeah, why not? Let's get the ball rolling.
She think-
I don't know that I can get it in March.
Okay.
She thinks it's
Just
too
a
big.
meeting?
I don't know.
The meeting?
But if we wanna get it out to the community and have people be able to come, we can't spring it on them a week ahead of time.
And then, you know, you're gonna have to have someone probably crunch the
You're gonna have
numbers. I mean,
small township numbers, we're gonna have to.
That's
do
why
it
it's gonna have to
there.
be May or June or something, and maybe that won't work either. Maybe it's not realistic to even think about it this year.
I mean, I just think it's, yeah, I think that this is, we need to get it out the correct way to the community. And that's always seems to be the downfall of a lot of
So
ballot initiatives.
which came first, the chicken or the egg? Do we have a public meeting or we decide it's gonna be,
well, I think if you're gonna have the
EMS.
public meeting, I think you need to, I would make sure they have all the information as far as what your proposal is. I don't know, what was the amount of sales tax?
Well, she's
generated
gonna need
last
some
year?
time to do work, so if it's going to be too much with the, with everything going on and with the budgets and everything, then you need to say so.
Well, that's what I'm saying, I think we just need to do a step one of, you guys need to decide who you want to organize all this, and then.
Well, I would
those
say
people-
you're the only one that can do it.
And then I just need time to look at it.
Okay.
Give you a realistic timeline without any expectation of when do we feel we can inform the public correctly?
Let us know
Give
in a
them
week or so
time.
what your thoughts are. Think about it.
And then I'll work with Jeff maybe and,
Yeah.
cause I wanna talk to other communities about what they've done, what other people like to see. and
Couple
how
weeks
many-
then, how about that? You got time in a couple weeks to
I will see what I can do to
see if
get
you have
that
time
on
to
and-
talk to somebody else and see what you think.
Tammy, did you say there's no meeting on March 30th, commissioner meeting?
Right, that's the 5th Monday of the month.
Ooh, okay.
I think that, I agree with Tammy in that the rollout of any additional tax you have on a community
Right.
has to present it. We have to be thorough on how we're gonna present it to the community. I think we have to have our ducks in a row for justification. I think there's a lot of steps we need to do. We don't just come and say, hey, we're gonna have a town meeting and we wanna increase sales tax 1% and not expect to be able to justify why it's needed. And, the rollout will be whether it succeeds or not on the ballot. I definitely agree with Tammy. So I think we need to be moving that direction, but definitely, have something drafted up, like how we're gonna present it to the community, our justification, all that needs to be
That's right.
scripted
I agree
before.
100%.
So-
And maybe it's too much to ask for it to
So-
be done before this.
So I don't think there's any way we can do it in March.
I don't either.
And I think
It'll be
that.
May or June, maybe.
April.
Maybe not.
Well, so, again, I haven't seen the budget schedule yet for April. Are we dive into budgets in April?
So they've started something new. I went to go do our budget calendar, and Lauren sent out on Thursday, Friday, a new way of us picking our budget dates, so I'll be doing that this week. They actually have changed, I used to just send them dates and say, here's what we wanna do. I actually have to do a sign up thing.
And I think too, I think one thing we would wanna give to all when we talk to our constituents is to have other counties, what their sales tax are and what they're used for. I mean, I think the more background information we have to share about other counties, and we have,
Well, no other county compares to us.
well, I
And-
think also we need to show what their county's revenues generate. I mean, we can have a financial presentation of, this is what we get in Ottawa County for 1%, this is what Mitchell County gets for 1%. And kinda show that our 1% is significantly less than a lot of other counties. I think that's all part of our rollout to the community, to have all that prepared.
What will our county generate with a 1% sales tax?
$450,000.
$450, okay?
That's what we had last year.
Yeah.
So I think rollout is extremely important.
I will also, I do wanna say one other thing with that, being the election officer, I will not present or speak on the tax increase, I will be
Neutral?
nonpartisan on this,
You'll be
I'm
neutral?
neutral on it. So I'm happy to put together the stuff, but past that I won't be able to present or talk or, cause I will stay neutral in that subject.
Who else
Okay.
do we have available that could put the time into this without you coming in? I mean,
That's,
besides
I'm
you.
gonna research that, I'm gonna see if there's usually a committee that does this, or who usually puts all of this stuff together, because again, if it's a ballot initiative, I really like to keep as far away as I possibly can. I do have a job to do, but, that's just some of the research I'm gonna find out, how many town hall, how long this usually takes, I'm gonna try to figure it out.
Yeah, and since it's countywide, usually you have to have meetings like in several locations
Right.
to make it available. So it's not just a one and done, you just don't have to do
Right.
Minneapolis. And usually we do something in the newspaper to communicate to people as well, put it on Facebook, explanation. I mean, the more you can pre-sell it, to the community, and when they come back with questions, be prepared. So. No, I don't wanna take advantage, my whole point of doing this 1% sales tax, I want to make that perfectly clear, is to offset our property taxes,
Right,
so,
I don't disagree.
okay.
I mean,
I just, it's not an additional income driver, it's to offset
Right.
property taxes we're collecting.
So then, in other words, if we pass a 1% sales tax and generate $450,000 for EMS, we're gonna cut their budget or their allocation by
But
$400,000.
The appropriation of ad valorem money.
What are you talking about?
I'm gonna, some of the discussions been happening, and that was my understanding, is they don't get enough with the number of
Right.
meals they get. So, I mean, it's gonna be up to you guys if you wanna cut it, but I just wanna point out there's been
We can't cut their
discussion.
budget.
No.
I think
that's
Carl
what
said it
she
was $1
said.
million in payroll.
You
and-
just said whether we're going to.
She said that, you
No,
said that we were
no,
going
I'm
to
sorry.
cut property taxes.
I
No.
understand that,
Okay, so
back up, because
the appropriation would just stay static, let's say 6 mills, it would still be 6 mills, but it would be funded by the sales tax, 1% sales tax, and the remainder would be funded with property taxes. That's how I see it.
Right.
Okay.
So that when we go to tell people, we're gonna start charging you a 1% sales tax, the offset is to property tax, it's not an additional tax. That's how I see this.
But they-
1%.
but we're not cutting his budget.
No,
Yeah.
no, that.
But you're
no.
not adding
You're-
to it though either.
Right.
No, well,
Right.
that's all, that will be determined each and every year. The budget is, to me, the budget is a separate issue. Each year, it's gonna change. Right now, it's set at 6 mills. Who knows what it's gonna be in 2027?
I have to look into
But
that.
what we wanna do is we wanna generate a 1% sales
If
tax.
this is in addition, I mean, normally special sales tax is in addition to what you already got. It's not to, I mean, necessarily offset.
Is to ensure, because EMS is
Right.
running very short on money and resources
Right.
right now, so.
So you wanna keep our property taxes the same
I think
and
that's-
add a 1%
I
sales tax?
think that's the idea behind the sales tax.
Right, that's the, I mean, that's the idea, like, we're gonna build a new hospital, because our county needs one, so we're gonna do a 1% sales tax for the next 5, 10 years to fund all that.
Say
But
what,
that-
Carl? What?
Said in all the school, well, of course, I don't know about the school bonds, that they were all sales tax, but a lot of that stuff was sales tax driven. Somebody got past some of
You
it.
believe that you wanted to you wanna try to have funding to go to EMS to jump up to over $1 million?
I think that's gonna be what happens if we pass a 1% sales tax,
Well,
according
that's
to what
not-
Jeff said.
But that's not what my goal is. My goal is to offset the appropriation that's taken from property taxes. It's
So
not,
you're gonna take money from them then?
no,
And
I didn't
replace
say
it
that.
with sales tax.
So if, let's just make it easy, say 600,000, we give them 600,000. Right now, all 600,000 comes from property taxes, okay?
Right.
So if we have a 1% sales tax, generates $450,000, $450,000 is gonna come from the sales tax, and $150,000 is gonna come from property taxes.
So
you're not increasing the budget.
So you're not gonna increase his budget
That
at
your
all,
budget will be analyzed each and every year.
but it's still the same.
And after 5 years, you got to hope the voters then approve it again if you want to redo it because it'll sunset.
So you're not gonna increase his budget
I
whatsoever.
didn't know, these two are two separate pockets in my opinion. One is
That's not the way
one is revenue coming in,
Mm-hmm.
and one is expenses going out. And my revenue coming in, I would sell it to my constituents, and maybe your idea is to add another layer of taxation. That was never my intent for a sales tax. Mine was to offset.
So he wouldn't get any more money at all.
That's what you're saying, right, Carl?
No, I'm saying his is the budget side of it. His is the expense side of it. I'm looking at the revenue side of it.
We don't go off of their budget, we go off of mills. They get 6 mills between the two, and it's split by percentage, so it doesn't change, their budget doesn't change. So if we don't give them, because I was under the same impression the other two commissioners were, if you guys don't give them the additional funds, which they've been saying they're needing, because that was the problem, was you guys didn't wanna raise it that 6 mills, was my understanding. Because we don't go off of their budget, we go off the 6 mills for EMS.
Right, and the 6 mills will be paid for through the sales tax, and whatever shortfall will be paid for by the property taxes.
But their budget will still be at the $600,000 figure that you mentioned. It'll just be the way it's paid by the sales tax or by less,
Or property taxes.
or property taxes.
And no increase.
No increase
No,
in their
the
budget.
increase is discussed every single year.
Okay,
That is a budget.
Where will the increase come from that's needed?
Well, that's a whole budget discussion of 2027.
So he's thinking
That's a
they're gonna need
total.
400,000 more
You're-
than what they're getting.
You're saying you're gonna give EMS another $450,000?
We can
Isn't
cut
that
it
what he
down.
said? Isn't that what he said that they needed?
To the county?
Yeah.
EMS is in trouble, Carla.
Well, I would have to look at their financial statements. I'm not gonna just say that, well, he says, I want $450,000 more. I would have to look at the
Do you
financials.
still have the spreadsheet I brought quite a while back? I gave you guys a spreadsheet of ballpark.
But I would have to have it, I would wanna see your last year's financials for the last 3 years to see what you're trending. I would wanna see what other revenue sources you have. I would wanna know how well you're doing billing people compared to other EMS departments. Before I give any department $450,000 more, I have to analyze that.
Well, we were on
We're in the early
different,
stages of discussion, but we were on totally two different books.
Yep.
Not
Well, I
on
was
the same
trying,
page at all with this.
I was trying to offset property taxes.
Right.
I was trying to keep it flat from a property tax owner standpoint. It didn't, if you pay it in sales tax or you pay it for property, it didn't matter, it was one or the other. What you're saying is you are putting another layer of taxation on the people.
We need something to increase the budget allocation, the resources.
it's not
of
necessarily
EMS.
the people, it could be anybody that come into this county.
Yeah.
I don't have it
Carl,
here, I
can
think
you
it's at
resend
home.
that? Do you have that available? I'd like to see it.
I would like to see 3 years of financials, and I'd have to study it before I'd agree to this, then, if that is your intent.
I think it's a necessity from what they said. If you can find money in the 3 prior years that you're looking for, maybe it's there.
But you haven't even seen their entire financial position.
I don't think Carl is squandering any money.
Okay, so this is the whole thing, you guys keep saying, oh, I trust these people, I trust these people. We are the ones that are taxing people. We are the ones that have this oversight.
We're gonna have to sell it to the community that EMS is in trouble, and we need this 1% addition to their budget to keep EMS solvent in the county. Otherwise, we'll go to Concordia, we'll go to Salina, the ambulance will come here, delayed time, people die en route to the hospital, whatever.
People that are working there are getting paid peanuts compared to what you could get in Salina.
I can't get anybody. And as I told these folks out here, even if we get the budget to where it needs to be, I've still gotta fill the positions,
Right.
which is problematic right now. Salina has an open enrollment, basically, not an open enrollment, but every time they do their hiring process, they're after half a dozen paramedics every year, every time they do a hiring process.
Well, let's. Well, I think it's at home in my notebook. All right, well, we better move on and do some soul searching and thinking. What do you need from Carl?
I would have to see 3 years of financial statements, and if you're asking for it, it would have to be on both you
I
and
said, this is
Bennington.
for the county, it also includes Bennington.
And it'd
Yeah.
have to be for both, yeah.
We're not singling Minneapolis out.
Yeah.
And my understanding is you had a talk with Tony, so you got an idea where they're at down there, and like I said, I turned in what our
I've got it at
just
home.
I'd probably do it at home, but
the wages is.
I don't wanna just look at the wages, I wanna look at the financial statements.
Okay.
So can I ask for, just if we wanna keep this discussion going,
No,
well, not today necessarily,
right.
but, I can still kind of come up with a general plan for sales tax, but I feel like we're not on the same page, is that?
that's fair.
So we
So is-
probably need to get on the same page before, like I said, I can design out kind of what maybe it looks
Well-
like when the time comes.
Is it gonna be too much trouble to get that for her?
I don't know, what do you need that's different than what they turn in every year? Don't we turn in, doesn't Barry turn
what do they
something in
get
every year?
What do you get every year?
I've only done the budgets once, I can't remember what I
Okay.
get.
I think Barry's gotta turn something in every year, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Well, that would be to you, right?
Well, I give it to you guys, I mean.
I'm just wondering what else you need besides that. We're not
I
hiding
think-
anything, so
Yeah, I
I
think
just
it
need
just
to
needs
know
to be
what they
specific what you're
need.
looking for. That way we can get it done, if we're specific about what you're looking for, then they can get you what you need
Well,
right
I'd
away.
want a profit and loss statement and a balance sheet, that's what financial statements are for your entity, for EMS.
Send me an email.
Okay.
And then do we wanna discuss this on another, keep this going, or just wait till you guys ask me to put it on the agenda?
I didn't hear what you said.
I'm sorry, do you guys wanna wait until you guys are ready to tell me to put it on the agenda?
Yeah.
Okay. Works for me.
Okay, what's next?
And
Thank
move
you,
to
Jeff.
approve the accounts payable,
Yeah,
thanks, Jeff.
thank you, sir.
Hey, Jeff, will you still find out what the total amount is that a county can charge in the state of Kansas for sales tax?
Overall,
And the breakout between
See what the
special
county does
use
without an email service,
and,
then we ship to me.
general. I think they're separate.
total,
Yeah, I think there's a maximum general use and I think there's a maximum,
special use?
yeah, okay, thanks. If you wanna email that out, if you don't wanna come back, you can email that out, but, okay, thanks. Do you want me to approve accounts payable, Scott?
Yeah.
I'll move to approve accounts payable for $100,935.48.
I will second that motion.
Moved and seconded to pay the bills at $100,935.48. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I'll move to approve the February 23rd minutes as presented.
Can we do them both?
No, because I have a question on one.
It's moved, I
I'll
second.
Okay.
Moved and seconded to approve the February 23rd minutes. Is there any discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye. And the only thing is, there's one, Tammy, I don't think you saw one change on,
There's two changes I didn't make on March 2nd.
yeah, one I think you probably wanted to, unless I misunderstood the comment, on number 6 where it said, it was quoting the DVAC thing, the proclamation.
Oh, did I? Okay, I should have made that change.
Yeah, so it says
Okay.
research indicates that a substantial portion of, and you had patients, and I think it was supposed to be parents. So I marked that on here, so you can change that.
Let me, hold on, just a moment here. So sorry.
It's on the 3rd page, and it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
My
8,
copy
9,
of pieces of stuff.
11. 11th line at the very end.
New substances, risky, sexual substances. Is it patterns of abuse?
Parents. Parents.
The one I printed should say patterns.
Indicates that a
Oh.
substantial portion of parents either believe teen dating violence is not an issue. I read it from the, from what she presented.
I gotta find that word, I can't find it, I'm so sorry.
It's the last line, 7th, or 11th line, last word, 11th line on page 3.
Page 3. Oh, 11th line on page 3, I'm sorry.
Mhm.
Oh, I see, patient should be parents. Okay.
Yeah, so that's small. And then the other one that you didn't make, and that was, you said there was a consensus. I did not feel like that was a consensus.
At the end of that conversation, you said, so you understand that, out of the monthly report you'd have to give me. We can take that line out if you like, I think.
Yeah, that's what I would prefer
Number
that.
9. I'll just take that sentence out.
So I would approve the March 2nd minutes as amended.
I will second.
It's moved and seconded to approve the March minutes as amended. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye. Do you want me to go ahead and sign this page, or it won't affect the page, will it?
It wouldn't affect the page,
Okay.
and I will print out the, if you'll just be just the printout though and throw away the rest, so I make sure I switch it out.
Oh, on this one? You were gonna reprint the whole thing?
No, just, everything with the last page, keep the last page, throw the rest, and that makes me reprint the, there you go.
I'm using the trash can.
That works. Okay.
No AAEs.
There may not be, that's just something every week
I
we
didn't see
have.
any in the folder.
Yeah. I just keep that on there in case we have any, cause we'll print them off late Friday, that kind of thing, so.
Okay, you guys got,
Yeah, I just got a list.
Okay, thank you.
What are these?
Or we will be working.
Oh, this is a project list for this week?
No,
No.
I wish.
This is outstanding projects at this time?
This is what we're currently working on.
Okay, I appreciate that.
thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, sir. Gentlemen?
Okay, so I am asking for an executive session for non-elected personnel to discuss, I just completely lost my.
Non-elected personnel.
To discuss non-elected personnel for 30 minutes.
For 30 minutes, okay.
I was guessing 15, but I will make the motion. At 10:42, we adjourn, 10:43, we adjourn to executive session to discuss non-elected personnel with
To,
the commissioners and Tammy.
to return here.
Yeah, to return here.
Moved and seconded.
I'll second.
I thought you already did. 30 minutes of executive session. Return here at, what time did you say?
10:43.
10:43.
11:13.
I don't know if I do.
All those in favor?
You wanna
Aye.
email?
Aye.
That's what it says, you're.
All those opposed?
Yeah,
Okay, I'll send it.
send me what you have and I'll tell you what I like.
Microphone on. Yep, no decision made.
Okay, so,
Tammy, you have, Joe reviewing this, right? As it's running the tape,
yes.
to
yes.
make sure that
That's
the,
why we don't go live right now, is I do wanna double check to make sure all audio
Okay.
and videos. Yes.
so you will check that before posting it? Okay. I just wanted to make sure that, I know you had told me at one time you were having Joe look at it.
Yeah, yeah, just because I'm doing so many things, we just wanna make sure we don't have any little ones.
Disconcerting.
Board comments. I have none.
What?
I know, no clear comments again today.
I had, 2 phone calls over the weekend about 2 separate things. One of them I probably just talked to Truett about. The other one is, fence ruling. And, one particular person wants to tear out a fence that's grown up with trees and does not want the other guy to pay for any of it. And the other guy is from Tennessee or somewhere and is a hunter, and he threatened him to whoop him and everything if he tore the fence out. And so he called me and asked me what the procedure was, and I gave him a copy of the fencing laws. And so we'll have to go, well, probably just be Dwayne and I, because I don't think Carla can walk. We'll have to go view a fence. So we'll have to, it has to be scheduled, right? And then after we view it,
I'd have to look at the statute, I do not remember the
I
fence.
think
Do you
it
know
says
what
after
the
I think after we view it, you have to send that person a letter and give them a chance, 30 days to respond. And then it says in here that if he decides he doesn't want to participate, he can't stop the guy from building the fence. The guy can build the fence if he pays for it all, and he can also build the fence and charge the guy. But it has to be viewed first by the commissioners.
Have you done this before, Scott?
Yeah.
And so, this law, is that what you
Here,
have from looking at it before, or tell me, you got this?
And I just knew the fencing laws from before. I read through those at 3 o'clock this morning to make sure I knew it. If you wanna copy it,
Yeah, it doesn't feed here, we'd have to feed
No.
it down in Tammy's office.
okay.
But, so this is
So
saying,
go to where,
This is
there,
a-
right,
this
start
one.
up there at the top. So I put the yellow, start there, go from the top all the way to the bottom. Read the whole
so
page.
fence viewers, county commissioners, where the fence is supposed to, fence viewers, they either may act together collectively as a board, or any two of them may be appointed to serve as fence viewers. Either the adjoining lenders may apply to the, fence viewers will view the fence in controversy and then assign each party an equal share or part of the fence to build. So where's this at? I have to ask that question.
Yeah, it's in clear over at Longford, almost.
At Longford? Well, that would be in my district,
Right.
right? Do you know where it's at?
No, I mean, I have a fair idea about where it's at, but. So read, the bottom is the most important, right there.
Commissioners do not appoint any two of them to serve as fence viewers. Is deemed to be an opinion of the county and is applicable of, KSA 19-223. If either party decides to disregard the ruling, the other party may erect. I'd have to read that KSA 223, so.
Well, if, I don't know how we copy that, but here, I got it on my phone. I'm gonna send, Commissioner Grund and Commissioner, what's your last name?
Who am I?
Morris, a copy of fencing laws.
You're too young for a senior moment.
Can you send that to me as well?
Right, I will.
Now I'm looking at 29-304 KSA. That's controversies and settlements of fence viewers.
Yeah, this one referenced appealed under KSA 19-223.
But I'm on chapter 29, what chapter is that on?
Chapter 19. Fence viewers will view the fence and then assign to each party an equal share of the part of the custody.
So 29-201, county commissioners and fence viewers designee.
Okay, so there's 10 pages in this deal that I'm sending to your phone. You'll be able to send it to your deal and print it, right? If I send it-
Yeah,
Okay.
I can.
Are you sending it to my commissioner email?
If
No, I'm
you
gonna
send
send
it
it
to
to your
commissioner,
phone.
we can
Okay.
print it off the commissioner.
This is in a text message
Oh, it
that I
is?
got this, so.
Oh, okay. I'll send it to myself in an email and then I'll print it. Stretches my IT ability, but I get her done.
I figured you could. I have been involved in 3 of these things since I've been a commissioner.
So tell me again, there is no fence right now,
No, there is a fence,
It's
but it's
overgrown.
tore down and overgrown with trees and it won't hold cattle.
and so the one owner wants to put a fence that's good up,
Take the
clear it out.
caterpillar, take the trees out, not a lot of trees, but where the line is, enough where he can get on both sides and build the fence. And he doesn't even want that guy to pay for any of it, but this guy,
So this guy's
a hunter,
hunts, and he wants that,
The
those
habitat.
trees left.
yeah, but
Oh.
by law, he doesn't have a choice. So anyway, I sent it to your phone. You ought to be able to print it. Send it to your deal and print it, and I
Yep.
sent it to you. Did you get it?
Yeah, I did, I think.
You get it, Tammy?
2016.
Yes.
Okay. And so then there's that, and that's the only thing I've got. So I'm gonna have to,
So-
notify this gentleman that we have to make an appointment.
Let me get the laws together, let's not go.
Okay, well, I'm gonna call him anyway, so he knows that I
will-
did
will
something
mention
about
that we're
today.
doing, Cause I don't know, I need to look at how it goes.
Yeah, and since it's in my district, I'd like to go see who it is, where it is. Do you think it's off the beaten
Well, I
trail?
never guarantee it is, but
Where's it at?
I could bring
well,
my
I can't
gator.
tell you exactly, but I'll just see if he's got a side by side.
Yeah, or I can bring mine.
It's not on a, it's between two pastures.
Right.
Uh,
I'll give, I'm not gonna say the name right here during session.
Well, are you gonna go act on it this week?
No, I can't.
Okay.
I better
So
call
we're
him.
gonna
She's going to
research it, make sure we
research
do the
it,
right
and so
thing.
there will be nothing done this week. And I told him that I was almost 100% sure that it would be in his favor, but it's not gonna be anytime quick.
You
I
better
mean,
not
it's-
tear anything up till then.
And he's not. I told him not to.
Good.
And I think how it reads is that with 30 days, we have to send him notice that that it's going to go ahead, but you'll be able to figure that out when you read it. From the county clerk, it says, have to send him notice
That
that,
we're gonna go look at it?
well, we have to go look at it first before she
Oh.
sends him the notice. We have to go look and
About
make the
the decision.
determination. And then she has to send him a letter, and I think he's got 30 days to respond one way or another, and
Well, she sends the letters to both property owners?
Yes.
I have no idea. You're asking, I have
It's
no
not
idea.
an area you've done yet, okay.
so
Me
in your
either.
office somewhere,
I know the law, I know there's laws, I just need to read them.
well, there should be, we just did one with, people at Tesket. Remember that road deal?
The
No,
road
not
closure?
fence viewers and stuff.
We didn't view it.
We
a-
didn't view it, but
we
that's the same,
vacated a road.
that's the same situation. That guy didn't want that done.
It's different. It's a
different.
whole different process. Road vacations take a lot longer.
I understand that,
Okay.
but they didn't want the fence fixed either.
Yeah.
And they didn't want no trees taken out.
Right.
So,
Hmm.
anyway, you might look at that too, but anyway, you've got the fence law.
Yeah.
So at this juncture, week we look at fence law, and then next week we go look at it?
We'll have to we'll let her,
She'll
before
ta-
Thursday, I need to know what you come up with.
Yeah.
Then we need to put it on the agenda that we're gonna view a fence.
If I can, cause
Yeah.
I have a feeling there's probably something in there that I need to notify local landowners that you guys wanna go through the fence, so I doubt we're.
Yeah, it
doing
seems
fence.
like we'd have to, yeah, it seems
That's
like we'd
my
have
guess,
to
but
let
that's
them
why I said
know.
I have to look at the fence law.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
I don't think we can
Because
go
it's,
look.
different as a road vacation is we own that right of way, so we have some leeway.
So we can go.
With the fence viewing, we don't own that.
True.
So there, I have looked into the fence viewing laws, but off the top of my head, couldn't tell you what the rules are. So between that and the sales, we just have a lot, so we're on it. And, with the budgets and everything else, then we'll get there. We'll get there.
Mhm. I don't have any commissioner comments unless somebody else stirs something up, make me think a little beyond where I'm at now.
Okay, well, my only clear comments is, first, I would like to say my visit to the Minneapolis Hospital ER was, although as painful as it was, the facility was beautiful, the staff was wonderful, and, the care, so that was very encouraging to me, knowing that we support the hospital. And, there is a conservation meeting. I went to this last year. Remember, I came back, Scott, and said this probably is something you should have gone to. It's, from the Ottawa County Conservation District. They're having a local work group meeting. That's where when they want ideas on how to do conservation. Remember, it's in Minneapolis this year. It's on, March 30th. So I have the information if either of you guys wanna go. And you need to RSVP by the 23rd. And, the only other thing is that, on North Central Regional Planning Commission, if there is a meeting that you can't go to, Dwayne, I'd be willing to go, because I think that that's one area that, just to make sure that we're utilizing everything they have available to us. And I guess why like I know they send out that newsletter, like, is it once a quarter?
Yeah, quarterly.
Yeah, but just to make sure that, and the same things holds true with this, the Community Foundation. I don't know how we get in the loop to know when the grant, like the fact that the grant debt was April 1st, the cutoff
I think it's on their website.
on their website.
Yeah.
But, just to be aware of those kind of things. Is there any other part of our county that could utilize something that we would wanna notify them of that?
Of the North Central Regional Planning, you mean, or
No,
Foundation?
I flipped now back to the Community Foundation. Like, I don't know if there's some other groups that need to be more aware of that, to make that more knowledgeable. I don't know.
I think Katie is really good about that, because she will see a grant and then
Try to
she'll,
think
oh,
of-
well, that would fit with here or over here, with a group that it might be applicable to.
Well, I was really grateful that, Owen brought that up, about using it for insurance for, the Service
Yeah.
Corporation.
Yeah.
That would be really nice.
It would,
Helpful
it sure
for all
would.
the people in the county, so. Anyway, I was just saying, if there's some conflict night you have, I'd be willing to go, so.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Under Kansas law, the county commissioners of the county where the fence is in question and located the commissioners are the fence viewers.
Yes.
They either may act together as a board, or two of them may be appointed to do this. The fence viewers will view the fence in controversy and then assign to each party in writing an equal share or part of the fence to be built, maintained, and repaired. The decision of the fence viewer is recorded at the Register of Deeds office, and on, and then while they are acting as fence viewers, The decision is final, conclusive, non-appealable, and binding upon the parties and all succeeding.
What statute is that?
Well, it's a recap thing that he has from.
Right, that's why I said I have to do the research. I'm not arguing it. Again, I have to do the research.
Sound to me like you were.
Nope, I just have to do the research. I don't wanna tell you guys one thing and then we have to do something different.
Yeah, so the,
I
so
have,
the,
I have to research the
the
statute,
fence-
so it stands.
yeah, so the
Was that in
fence
your drawer
viewers go
already, Scott?
together too.
Again, I wanna look at it.
You see the one I sent you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't looked
I
at it
don't wanna,
close,
you know.
but I got it.
I get it.
don't doubt,
You
but
say,
I-
you keep telling us that,
I
yes,
have to research
yes,
it.
we get it.
Well, you can research it, but I can read this, and I can tell you that I'm gonna tell him that I'm coming out there next week. That's, I mean, I'm going out there to view that fence next week, with or without these guys. I'll have to
We
take
have
somebody.
At least two.
Okay.
I'm in.
But
Well,
but is
it's
there
my
public-
district.
It's not against the law for us to go view the fence.
No,
One
absolutely not.
person, all one person has to do is request it.
I just don't know if we have to like put it, if we have to do any other, I have no idea if there's any other notification. So I'm gonna look at the law, just to make sure we follow everything.
I don't have any other,
Well, I would just like to go since it's in my district. I would like to be one of them.
well, I'll figure out how you can get there.
Okay,
Maybe. I don't know.
yeah, it depends where it is. You'll have to find out. Let's share where it's at.
Okay.
So,
Entertain a motion to adjourn at 11:30.
My second, moved and seconded to adjourn at 11:30. Is there any discussion? All those in favor? Aye.